Um, quick
And
second.
when I came in, I realized I left this game open, so all my rolls from the next game was getting spammed over into this one.
Yeah, I saw that. Uh, this one thing. Okay, so last week. Wow, what didn't happen? Well, firstly, you finally got out of Calamaro, having recovering an axe, if nothing else, and you reported back, and they informed you to get down into the Netherdeep, you needed some type of either ruidium item or perhaps being infected by Ruidius itself. And they offered on the strict condition that if you brought back artifacts that you find, that you would return them to them. They would effectively lend you the items. And the two items they offered to lend you was a ring, a ruidium ring, and a ruidium longsword. You agreed to that, and they said probably best to head off first thing in the morning, which you agreed to. Um, sorry, just one quick thing here. That didn't work. There we. Oh, ah, something just gone slightly wrong here. There we go. Yeah, so on the strict condition that any artifacts you would find would be returned to them, any things, and if you could work out and bring information and back to them, they would more than happily do that. So with half a day to spare, Daku decided to trace some leads. And he didn't find, in fact, the person who he blamed for his parents' death and some various other atrocities. And a very intense combat happened. It almost cost Holdus his life. It almost cost Edward his life. But it did cost Daku his life. And he fell and he died. And I'm guessing in an act of desperation, he was brought to a temple of Corellon. While I believe, was it Edward who was running around town getting people?
Yeah, I went to grab Thalanil and whoever else was left behind.
Okay. Well, we'll pick it up from there. You come across these other people, you've found them. What do you do? What do you say?
I think we were. I don't know if we need to retcon because now Bog is here and Caspian's back and Kamek. Were you all um, at the something chateau?
Crystal Chateau.
Crystal Chateau.
I can't speak totally to knowing where Bog would have been because last I was here, I'd gotten us stuck underwater with all those aboleths, so I probably would have stayed close. So I'll let Malcolm kind of decide.
Um, I'll say yeah, Crystal Chateau. I mean, you're all pretty wrecked at the end of that battle. So yeah. So apart from Holdus and Edward, I'm going to say Kemet, Caspian, Bog, Thalanil, everybody is back at the Crystal Chateau. So
So yeah, well, what you see is a bloodied Edward rushing through the guards and the gates of the Crystal Chateau, desperately looking for a familiar face. He's holding a locket on his hands, grasping it tightly, has not dropped it, and as soon as he sees you, you see he has tears streaming down his face, and he just begs you to follow him. He made a grave mistake. It's his fault, and he can't make a full sentence without start crying. But he just says you have to follow him. Daku's dead.
Hey,
Bog's
where,
like
where,
stunned. Yeah.
where is he? Take us to him.
Follow me. And yeah, I head back to where I let Holdus to the churches of Carolon.
Okay, so yeah, so dashing through the streets, the Crystal Chateau is up here, and this is where the temple is, where all these people are, we'll say. And yeah, just dashing through the streets, running, Bog, Caspian, everybody else in tow. And you come across the Temple of Corallon. There tends to be a bit of an argument out front for some reason. There's plainly an Alvin priest of Corallon, and there is a person they're arguing with. I'm not saying this is going to necessarily happen, but we have backups prepared, shall we say. So, Joe, who is this person from Corallon arguing with, and what do they see?
So upon arrival to the temple, uh, Edward probably wouldn't have noticed before, being that he's in his state of panic, I guess. But there is a very broken down wooden caravan outside of the temple, and on top of said wooden caravan, I will pull it out just so you can see her. Is a very, very beautiful, very young, mature-ish looking fire genasi from the top, who's just kind of speaking in a loud tone down to one of the temple workers down below. Her hair is her hair looks alive, like it's got some sort of magma pulsing from each strand. And she has a violin in her hand and tattered down clothes.
Oh, okay.
This is Pneumonia Sparks.
And so this person, Pneumonia Spark, this very beautiful fire genasi, and this temple worker saying, no, look, move your goddamn cart from here. We don't want you selling your junk. This is a temple of Corallon, not some common marketplace. Take your wagon and leave.
My good sir, there's no reason to raise your voice at me. If I could move my cart, I would, but unfortunately it broke down right here, in front of your god's house.
Well,
Maybe it's a sign.
It's a sign you need to fix your goddamn cart and take it out of here.
Surely, as a man of faith, you can understand my predicament.
Surely, as a man of faith, I know this is a sacred temple. When we throw common merchants out of this temple, quite frankly, this is an absolute outrage. I think you bought this cart here deliberately and broke it down yourself. Take it and leave it, or else I'll call the guards and they will dismantle your cart right where it stands.
Now, there's no need for extremes.
Move.
Look, I don't
cart.
want to argue with you, but clearly you ain't giving me much of a choice. I can't move it. It's broken.
Fix your cart.
Radio, boss.
And with that, the Corallon, goes back into the temple. And so, I assume the rest of you rush in. So you rush into the temple. You see the very broken-looking body of Daku laid out on a slab. Holdus will say, just standing next to him, just holding his hand. And even from this distance, you can tell the wounds on Daku are very grievous. He looks pale, and you kind of think, man, if nothing else, he's suffered a tremendous amount of blood loss, and he's just lying there, and some priests kind of tending to his body, trying to repair the wounds as best they can. So what do the rest of you do?
Yeah, Edward
Emmett,
walks in, and when he sees him, we can't even approach it. Then it just stays
Yeah.
there, stunned.
Kamek walks next to Daku and picks up his hand and gets shocked by how cold it is. And she looks at Thalanil. Can you do something?
Donna will kind of walk up to the opposite side of Daku and kind of kneels down beside him uh, taking Daku's other hand, shaking her head. Unfortunately, I lack the power at this point to bring someone back. If perhaps maybe your magic can, I can help pray for his safe passage.
No, 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 no. Bob? Bog, can you? Edward? Caspian, anyone?
Perhaps one of you do as well? Kind of turning to the other Corlon priest.
Well, we might have a chance, but please, we need to know if any of you could have any magic, anything at all. I recognize the furbog here. We've heard of you. A bog? Is there anything you can bring to the situation? Any magical healing that you have? Bog?
If you're trying to talk Bog, I think you might be
Sorry,
muted.
I'm muted. Okay. Um. Yes, I can. I can't do it on my own. The only way I could have done it on my own is if I was there right when it happened. Only a minute. I can only revivify, but I have some components, some diamonds, and I'm ready to help however is needed.
Oh, the priest says, "Oh, if we could have the diamonds, please. We'll use them as best we can to bring him back. I must say, it's a long shot, but if you have some diamonds, that would definitely help."
Of course, and I would have kept them close on me anyway, so I quickly hand out the
As Bog
300
goes
gold diamonds.
to
Yeah.
as Bog goes to hand the diamonds over to the priest, he feels a very cold energy on his shoulder. If Malcolm will allow that.
Sure. Yep. Anybody else? Perhaps the turtle. Can you bring in something, please? Would it be you, Kimmick?
Sorry, what was it?
Perhaps the turtle could bring something. What? Anything you have to offer,
Oh.
please.
I've got, I don't have a lot. I've got these goggles, I've got potion of healing, water breathing. Apart from that, just Chronos magic. I could give you another chance of trying a spell or something, or
Okay. He's beyond healing potions at the moment, so hold on to that. What about you, sir? Referring to Caspian, is there something you could bring?
Healing is not my forte. I small ones I can do. This I'm hopeless.
Okay, well, it's never hopeless. Okay, this is what we're going to do. I assume you're all obviously friends with it. Please hold my hand. Let's form a circle around him. And she holds out her hands, expecting you guys to form a circle around the body of Daku.
Bog steps in.
Yep, Colino will kind of kneel down at probably the head of Daku.
Cool. Okay, I'm going to begin the ritual. And she starts praying, invoking the spirit of Coralon. And you watch Daku's body just raise just ever so slightly, like his cloaks and other things are still dangling down. But you can tell his body has raised just slightly. And there's like, and the magic is starting to work. Trying to reach his spirit, but it's proving hard. Please, if anybody has words for Daku, any encouragement, any ways you can encourage his spirit to return to the body, now would be the time to do it.
guys, I can cast a minor illusion of a sound. What would you recommend? What can I say? And which voice?
if you know the voice of his family, you could maybe try to call out to him in his family's voice.
Yes, yes. Something calling his name. Maybe his sister's voice calling his name. And Kamek tries minor illusion of a sound of Daku's sister calling for him. Please
Okay.
come back.
Okay. I'm going to call this a performance check to see how well you can make out that it's his sister. So please make me a performance check, Kemek.
Come on, Kamek. Come on, Kamek.
Okay, that is good. The spirit is still struggling. Please keep calling out as if you were his sister. But his spirit is still resisting. Please, somebody else. Please, anything you can offer.
I'm really close to Coralon. I can try to pray for Daku's behalf that it is not yet our dear brother's time, and beseech him to return Daku from the Sea of Souls to finish his business.
That's a great idea. Please do that. Make the prayer.
Thelano will begin praying next to Daku, speaking a kind of mixture of really old ancient Elvish, kind of mixed with Celestial as well.
Mhm.
And it kind of almost sounds like she's speaking to Coralon rather than an actual prayer.
Sure.
And she'll try to ask Coralon or tell Coralon that it's not yet this young elf's time to return with his ancestors. Uh, please allow this soul to come back so that it may finish its destiny that it still has left to fulfill.
Nice. A religion check, please, Amber. Okay. That is good.
A
Yes.
dirty 20.
The dirty 20, yes. That's good. I feel something stirring in his spirit. Please. Anybody else.
Yep. Edward
Yep.
is kneeling next to the resting corpse of Daku. He's gonna put the necklace on his chest,
Yep.
and he's gonna talk to Daku, soft voice, just like it's just the two of them in that room. And he's gonna say, "You know, Daku, never really have a family. Not really until I met you all. If I had a brother, I would love it to be you. And seeing you now gone, I now realize how you must feel when you saw your family die. But they're not dead. Not yet. So you still have a chance to meet them. You still have a chance to fix this. You just have to come back, brother. Just come back. I'm sorry."
Persuasion check, please, Edward. As Edward places the locket of it and beseeches the spirit of Edward to return, you see the body kind of on the top of the slab, and his back arcs as if life is returning from him, and then a big spray of blood just erupts from his mouth, and he coughs, and his eyes flicker just a little bit. And oh, you guys still hear me? Sorry, I disconnected there from voice chat for some reason. Well,
Can
try to
you-
think of it for a
Topanga!
moment.
What?
And his eyes shut forever.
I'm not sure where I cut out, but Daku's back arches as if all the muscles in his body are firing at once. Then a huge spray of blood erupts from his mouth. And the priest says, Miss Carlin, I think it's working. Please, everybody, just hold on. Keep doing what you're doing. And Amber continues to pray. And Edward continues to beseech. And Kimmick maintains this illusion of his sister just pleading for him to come back. And then the priest goes, Oh, no. I think he's going to come back, but not for very long. No. Just hold on as long as you can. And just for a moment.
Does Bog or Caspian have anything they want to contribute?
Yeah, I was just gonna
Sure.
say, as she says that, I'll just, Bog will kneel down, kind of cup the back of Daku's head and like forehead to forehead, just low enough that if Daku were to be able to hear, only he could hear, just say, Daku, if you wish to go the way of the wind and the earth, so be it. If you wish to return, we'll be at your side. But either way, we'll miss you, and it was an honor to serve with you and choose you to come back. We'll be happy to receive you. And then just lay his head down and go back up with the others.
Okay. So I'm going to say as Bog kind of really gives Daku the option of not coming back and kind of being cool either way, I'm just going to have you make an insight check. I'll call that an insight.
Yeah,
Just make
perfect.
An insight.
When truly, I will say too, Bog's kind of been internally conflicted with this whole idea of like nature and things run their course, and he's been kind of bucking against that and doesn't know if he wants to accept it, but he's trying to, and so he's just trying to feel out, what Daku and what nature would have him do. So
Okay, cool. See you typing Caspian? Okay, is there anything you wish to do, Caspian, to encourage the spirit of Daku to return?
Because the minor illusion is not a concentration, can I cast a spell on top of that?
You can certainly try.
Yeah. Kemek, with tears in her eyes, she says, Not today, not today, not today. She decides to, as she saw the blood and the eyes opening, she decides to sacrifice some of her health to mend Daku's injury. So she casts life transference on herself to bring back some life into Daku.
Okay, roll for that. Like the roll, yeah.
Malcolm, I just sent you a
Yep.
message on Roll20.
I see that,
Oh, okay.
and I understand. It's gonna seeing what David's writing is Caspian, and then we'll pick it up from there. But yeah, how does the life transference look, Kimmick?
It looks like it's greenish, but you can see that she's hurting, but she's crying at the same time. And you see these sort of like green veins just coming out of her and moving towards Daku and getting into his blood.
Okay. So Caspian,
And she looks very exhausted after doing this, but she's still trying.
Okay, so you see that there's a link opening up between Kimmick and Daku, almost the life she's trying to push into there. And Caspian's trying to do something. His celestial powers are moving in. I'm going to call that a medicine check, Caspian. So you can make me a medicine check. That would be great. 14. Okay, so with people praying, people beseeching, people very obviously upset, I say as Kimmick's life transference hits and Caspian's healing hits, and the body arcs back, and a spray of blood leaves his mouth. And the priest says, yes, it is working. Life's coming back, but it's something's still not right. Oh, no. And you watch Daku's eyes flicker open. And gotta whisper something to somebody. And Daku's eyes flicker open, and he looks round the room. Daku, you see my whisper? What do you do?
First thing he does is he just, he's breathing very heavily right now, and he feels very cold. He looks around at everybody and gives somewhat of a cheeky grin. All this for little old me.
Are you,
Daku?
Doc? Are you okay? Are you back?
For the moment, I'm going to die. Nothing can prevent that now. But you've... he looks to Thalanil. I was granted the ability to say goodbye from your goddess. I've never been the religious type, but there is a comfort in being forgiven like this.
Goodbye, but you're here. Why you have to leave? No. Just brought you back. Can't just leave.
I made a fool's mistake, Edward. I tried to kill the being that took my parents' lives. And I tried to do things as I always do things, with minimal numbers, and for the most part, alone. I was wrong. Revenge, what I've led you all to, I ended what should have been a great portion of my life with you guys in the pursuit of vengeance, not ever knowing that it wasn't meant to happen. You guys have taken me in, and you gave me a small purpose, something to redeem me besides revenge. Since I've met you guys, I've learned a little bit about right and wrong, and that I don't have to kill to give what I want. Some of you are more recent than others, but I would consider you the family I lost. And it's okay. I'm going to see them again very soon. Pine Tree, father, mother, all of them.
Edward is clearly touched, and he just says, "Well, I see you again, brother."
someday, my brother. I love you guys. Edward, if you find Annabelle, please make sure she's okay. I have loved her since I was a child, and I regret not spending my life with her. But I also regret that I can't spend my life with you guys either. You're all
Is there
very
nothing
good.
we can do?
No, the goddess has granted me a few minutes to impose some wisdom and goodbyes before I leave. You are all beautiful and bright people, and for the challenges to come, you will be tested, but together you all will prevail. And it will be a beautiful thing. I may be leaving my body, but no, I am still with you guys. Now and always, I will be watching, doing what I can to guide. But I have to go to a better place now.
I hope
Kamek,
you find what you're looking for.
thank you, Edward. Kamek,
I'll miss you, my friend. I will miss you.
You as well. Your mother, your family, your mother, they love you very much, and your cause is just. I hope that you prevail.
Thank you.
Caspian,
Who just disconnected for some reason.
damn it. Bog. Since the very beginning, you've been a faithful furry companion, with magic the likes I've never seen before. It is unique. It is special. Use it for the good of everyone.
Odd nods and just says, I will. Rest easy, my friend.
I don't know if Holdus is here or not, but if he is, Daku will just say, Holdus, I forgive you.
But a recent addition as well, but it's been an honor traveling as part of your party, Daku. And
Like,
may you find
likewise.
peace, and may you find peace and happiness, living forever with our creator, Coralon, and all of our ancestors.
Coralon's eyes gaze kindly upon you, Thalanil. You are destined for great things along with everyone else. Never forget that. We have walked two different paths, but yet you have been more like a sister than my own. Edward, my brother, I know what you've been through, and I know this hurts, but they need you more than I do right now. You have to let me go. You have to be strong.
He just he hugs you one last time.
That Daku very weakly hugs you back.
I'm sorry I can't travel with you on this one. But we're all heading where you're going now, so I'm sure I'll meet you there.
Like I said, I'll be with you guys. Always. I love you guys. And you see a very small ball of energy leave Daku's body as his life expires. And the blue ball floats up into the sky.
It is my fault. I should add reverted time somehow at one of our chances. This is all my fault. I should have. And she cannot finish speaking.
Put a hand on your shoulder, Kemek, and say, Kemek, even as strong and as you and your magic are, time can't be undone in all things. I think he felt he had learned what he needed to, and there was some acceptance there at the end. It's not your fault, it's no one's fault. I think we did all we could.
Yeah, Edward clears his tears, stands up, looks at Kemek. Regret won't help us. This is what he wanted. It's no use for us now blaming each other. Just need to respectfully do his funeral now and respect his memories. And he moves away.
She nods at Bog, unable to speak, and she stands up and starts thinking about what kind of funeral. What kind of funeral would Daku want?
It's the priest of Coralon speaks up and says, it seems that the will of Coralon has taken Daku, but in his mercy, the few words did come out of him, and I pray they bring comfort for him. Now, a death of an elf is a very uncommon occurrence. Like, all things considered, we could live in hundreds and hundreds of years. So the process for preparing Daku's body is a lengthy one. I will need at least 3 or so 10 days in order for this body to be prepared for his burial. As I said, it's not a common thing for an elf to die, but we do have rituals. We do have things to do and to prepare, and offerings made to Garland, and a whole series of rituals we'll need to do before he's ready for burial. But I must ask you, as his friends, where would you like to be buried? We can arrange for transports pretty much anywhere across Marquette. Maybe even with some extra funding to Wildmount, or even beyond. You know him best. Where would his body best be laid to rest?
In his
Oh,
hometown, I guess.
Which is? Daku, did you ever mention a hometown?
yes, we agreed on the Blade Gardens, if I'm saying that right.
Yep, Blade Garden, yep. So just to give you a sense where the Blade Garden is, I don't have the full map of the continent here, but Blade Garden is... Oh, there it is. It's right there. Just on the other side of the mountains there.
I would say that, or where you guys first met, which I never asked actually.
Oh, well, we first met in the swamps of Erzin, so I don't think that'll do.
I agree with that.
Well, we can make arrangements for his body to be transported to Urizen. Sorry, to Blade Garden. I'm very hesitant to say this in such a hesitant time, but there will be cost involved in transporting him to Blade Garden. Anything you can offer the temple to help with the transport, I would be appreciated.
You hear a voice from the entrance of the temple. Allow me to pay for the transport. As you see the same fire genasi from earlier standing there.
The Coralon priest immediately glares at you and says, takes a deep breath and says, "How much can you offer, traveler?"
I'll sell my cart and everything. Everything that I own. Whatever it's worth.
The priest looks momentarily confused and taken back and has a look at the rest of you, looking for some type of feedback about the stranger offering to cover the not insubstantial costs of getting a body to Blade Garden.
Kind of shrug and just turn and ask, why would you do that?
Because I have, for two reasons. The first being that was unlike anything I've ever seen before. The second being that I had lost someone who was close to me, like this fellow was close to you. And I know the pain of trying to arrange the final burial, so to speak. And if I can help, my mom always taught me to help folks out where I can. So if anything I have can help your friend here find peace, I'd be more than willing.
Well, we'd appreciate it. And I'll also kind of smirk and just see if Daku has any money left on him as well to add.
Just go through his pockets in front of the priest.
Shouldn't just
just
carry
loot
your
the
own
dead
thing?
body to see if we can find any money for the burial.
Just whatever money he has on him, I'll hand to the priest.
Isn't
as
that
well.
a lack of respect, Bog?
He has 61 gold pieces.
Oh my god.
When your friends make you pay for your own funeral.
At least you didn't ask him to dig his own grave. The priest say,
That's true. We could have cast Raise Dead on Daku and made you dig your own grave.
Dark.
If I was rude to you guys, I would absolutely expect that. But come on, guys.
I was about to have Raised Dead, actually. I was about to choose that.
Zombie Daku.
Daku over here talking about finding peace, and Chemic's like, nope, you're my bodyguard.
Nope, we're gonna be making you a zombie now.
As you start rifling through the pockets, Bog, the priest says, no, we've already done that. He had a number of gold pieces on him, which we will use. It won't be enough. Oh, and thank you, as Edward hands them over 50 gold pieces. This will go a long way to covering the transport cost and the rituals we need to perform. But
I'll be outside selling whatever I can to help contribute.
it just I imagine that'll take you some time, so just bring what you make first thing in the morning. That would be acceptable.
As she nods her head and goes back to sell her home.
And the Coralon says, well, we have much to do to prepare this body. As I said, it's going to take 30 days or so. It's just the nature of an elf dying, as you can imagine. It's It's quite unusual in our culture. Like usually owls live for a long time. They don't tend to die from diseases or poisons or anything like that. Eventually, when Coralon calls them home, their body just expires after hundreds and hundreds of years. So one like this, taken so early, is
I'll interrupt him and just say, well, Daku was only half elf, I think.
but still, many, many years to live. If anybody has any final things to say, we will begin the ritual. Okay, so they start, placing herbs and various signs of nature around them, and just begin preparing the seemingly lengthening process for the burial of Adaku. And Joe, that was very intense. Well done on the RP front. Well done, everybody, actually, on the RP front.
Thank you.
I cried a bit. Honestly.
Oh no. Now I feel bad.
It's okay,
That's
I didn't.
fine.
Don't
It's
feel
okay.
bad.
As Daku's final gift to all of you, you can all have a point of DM's inspiration, including the new PC.
Awesome.
So, a point of DM inspiration, everyone. Okay, so eventually, maybe some of you linger longer than others, but eventually you all exit the temple, and you see this Nimona Sparks just frantically trying to sell her wares.
Pneumonia. I sent
Pneumonia.
you a typo in her name.
Oh, sure, no problem.
Pneumonia Sparks.
Okay.
You just see her on top of her caravan playing a viol and just kind of going like a caravan for sale, everything in it, the final price.
And he's getting some interest. The goods seems to be flying off the shelves, perhaps at a discounted rate. Maybe there's a sign up that says here, all items must go. Closing down sale.
Yeah, I mean, she would have taken a bag with the few important things to her, but everything else, more or less, is for sale.
Sure.
Edward would have been sitting at the stairs of the church for a while now outside, trying to avoid the being inside. And then he realizes that this Genasi's here, and he'll get up, dust off the sand from his clothes, and approach her. Hi. Sorry, I failed to introduce myself. I'm Edward.
Well, howdy diddly do, Edward. My name's Pneumonia.
I appreciate what you're doing here. May I know where you're from? Well, what's your story? Perhaps we can help you since you're helping one of us.
That sounds like a wonderful idea, my friend Edward. But unfortunately, I gotta get this thing sold tomorrow to help to help with the cost and everything. Although if you're in town long, I mean, I gotta find a place to stay tonight anyways. But I I wouldn't mind meeting up with y'all and hearing more about this fella. And I'd be more than happy to tell about myself too.
Tell you what, since you're so kind, why don't you stay with us? It's on us.
Oh,
Well,
I
on me.
couldn't.
I haven't discussed this with the rest of the people, but yeah, it's the least we could do.
I mean, I'd greatly appreciate the sentiment. However, I couldn't possibly ask you guys for any of that.
Well,
And
I have to say, it's not particularly the best place to be at near us. We're kind of a trouble magnets. People try to kill us, then frame us from stealing stuff, and You're also in the middle of something dangerous. But if you still want, the offer is still up. You can still stay with us.
Mm. Malcolm,
Yep.
can I roll Arcana to see how the winds of the Wild Mother are guiding the party?
You can make a religion check. That sounds more religion-like to me.
Oh, yep, actually it does. My bad. With a +0. That's a 3.
Okay, well, I'll let you interpret that how you will.
Okay. Hmm. Fate today has been kind of weird in sort of a sense. I suspect that our particular meeting was not by accident, of course. I would love to sit down and talk with the rest of you and your friends, and if the offer still stands, then we'll we'll go from there. But the
Well,
offer is very generous. Thank you very much.
you're welcome. Well, you can stay for the night, and if you like what you hear, then you can stay longer. Yeah. Thank you for selling all of your stuff. And I'll have a look.
I
Is there anything interesting that she's selling?
she's selling various you got the caravan itself, which has the words Pneumonia Sparks Spirit Seance Emporium. And inside are a variety of I'll say religious components and candles and just various other small things, like maybe there's a box of rations or food, as well as some furniture.
Yeah. Good. Well, we're staying at the Crystal Chateau, I think. That's where we're staying, right? Yeah. We're staying at the Crystal Chateau. If you know where it is, or we can lead you there. I need a rest. This day's been weird myself. I mean, it started on a library. Can you believe that? Me in the library.
I'll have to take your word for it. But my friend, I feel it important to also say that I do hope you realize that death is a natural part of life. And your friend, he sounded well at peace.
Thank you, but you know, I personally believe the one is not really dead until he's forgotten. And I'm sure not gonna forget him, not anytime soon. So he'll still be with me.
Was he special to you?
It's the only family I've had. Saved me more than once. Told me I was wrong. More times than I care to admit that I was. Yeah, he was a nice friend. He still is.
And I hope you realize that he's hearing every word of this, both literally and roleplay sense.
Nice to meet you. Now, if you excuse me and you see Edward's close up like bloodied, and he just starts heading to the Crystal Chateau to get some rest.
Pneumonia will go back to playing her viol and trying to sell her caravan.
Kamek, once she went outside, she looked into the sky, takes a deep breath, closes her eyes, and when she opens her eyes, she's a bit different, in a good way. And she looks at this person as well, and she approaches you and just says, "Thank you so much for your act of kindness.
You're very
Do you,
welcome, dearie.
do you need some help with the caravan?"
Not at all. I've spent quite a number of times in this city. I know what these folk really want. As she looks over your shoulder, hey! Candles are not to be used like that. But you can still buy them if you want.
Well, let me know if you'd like me to cast some mending on some parts of the caravan or something. I'd be very happy to, yeah, to do what I can.
Actually, now that you mention it, she'll put her viola down and hop off at the top of the caravan. If you could repair this wheel right here, this might fetch much of a higher price.
Yeah, sure. And I cast mending on the wheel.
Okay. Yeah, well, let's say you pop off mending a number of times and repair the wheels and the structure of the cart, and after 10 minutes or so, this is looking pretty good, and indeed it would fetch a higher price.
There we go.
Thank you very much, dearie. What was your name?
Kamek. And yours?
Pneumonia Sparks. Spiritual
Pneumonia.
Sounds. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Kamek Neander. I guess I
Chemic
will see.
Neon. Yep, I'll see you around. I imagine with a magic aura like that, it'll be kind of hard to not recognize each other.
True story. Oh, what a day. I guess I'll join my friends, but yeah, I mean, feel free to join us at the what was the name again? Sorry.
Crystal Chateau.
Yeah, the Crystal Chateau, which is where we're heading, I believe. So I'll see you later.
Yeah, your friend Edward actually just told me as well. But thank you very kindly.
No worries. And she starts heading back.
We'll say eventually, Thalanel's spending a bit longer in the temple. She starts with the preparations for the funeral. But by the end of the day, maybe taking moments to reflect on Daku's, you do find yourself at the Crystal Chateau. Um, assume you're going to get a long rest this evening, so feel free to take one of those beautiful long rests and get those hit points and spell slots back. Because of the assistance provided by Chemic, Pneumonia, the stuff sells pretty quickly. You get about 500 gold pieces for everything. What does Pneumonia do with the 500 gold pieces?
She's gonna give, or well, first she's gonna confer with the people at the temple, like how much they would actually need for the rest of Daku to be shipped back to the Blade Garden.
Well, the difficulty is, of course, with transporting a dead body, so we need people to guard the body. Sailors are very superstitious lot, shall we say, and we also need to have the cost of transporting to the coast. I think 400 gold pieces would probably cover it.
She will give them 415 gold pieces. Do me a favor and just make sure that if there are loved ones of his in the Blade Garden, that the people you send are well equipped to not deal with that per se, but like just
Yes, and we will do that. And apologize for the confrontation before. I thought you were just a common merchant looking to make a few copper, but you are much more than that, Demonia. I apologize.
It's quite all right. You know, everybody has their ups and downs, and I know you're a man of the faith, and I apologize if I disrespected you anyway.
Gives you a polite nod. Well, we have much to do.
As you were, sir.
So, everybody meets up at the Crystal Chateau. And before Thalanel arrives there, the headmaster that you met before says, well, before the night's rest, perhaps we should distribute these items. as I said, we have two things. We have, oops. We have this ruidium, says Malcolm trying to spell it, ring. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so this is a ring. It is imbued with the ruidium throughout it. And our people have studied it, and we believe it will enable you to both breathe underwater and move freely underwater as well. Which of you would like this?
Out of character, isn't Caspian's exalted? I think the jewel of the three prayers. Doesn't that allow everyone around him to do that already?
Everyone 30 feet around him.
So
I
this
can
is a
breathe
what? This is
underwater.
a mantle?
No, it's a ring.
A
Looks
ring.
like this. You look in roll 20.
And he has ruidium. Right?
Uh-huh.
And we know that exposure to ruidium causes people to become poisoned by it.
If you look
Lack of better
closely at the ring encircles it. We have experimented with it. You should be relatively safe. I say relatively safe because one person got infected of about 20 or so of our researchers on it. It should be relatively safe.
Is the ring being offered? Sorry.
It is. It is, yep.
Oh. I mean, out of character, Bog, you can turn into things that can breathe in the water, right?
Yeah, and I have water spells, so I feel like it might kind of go waste on me. I feel like, whoever's gonna maybe get furthest away from Caspian and me, we don't really have a sneaky person terribly right now with Daku being gone, so
I would say either Thalanil, but Thalanil is always going to be around people. I'm also maybe Holdus, because he would like to charge, right?
yeah, maybe you or Holdus, I think.
Yeah, I'd say Holdus, because I will stay near you guys with the shadow away, and the shadow doesn't need to breathe or swim.
But there's also one weapon, right?
Yes. So there's a ring. The weapon is a long sword. Yeah, and you see similarly, there's veins of ruidium around the metal part of it. The bottom part of it is strapped in leather. And they say that, as long as you're holding it by the leather, that's fine. And he goes to confer a couple of notes and says, oh, actually, this one will also allow you to breathe and swim underwater. So perhaps this would be useful to someone.
Yeah, I think then one of them goes to Daku and the other one, one of them to Edward and the other one to Aldous.
Okay.
But I'm not sure who's best with a longsword.
I can discuss with Simon outside of game. Is it a +1 weapon? Or is the magic on the weapon just allows the wielder to move and breathe?
Technically, the preset, this won't have the ability to magically strike your targets. You understand that it will do extra damage if it does, though, some type of psychic damage.
Alright, I'll discuss with Holders who takes the ring, who takes the sword.
Which do you want to take for now with a proviso? We can swap it back later.
I'll
And there is
take
the
the
axe.
sword now.
You'll take the sword. Okay, the sword does require attunement, but that's easy enough to do. And if
Is
you go
there
to...
a specific name to add it to my inventory, or on D&D Beyond?
Yeah, let me do that for you.
Do we still have the axe that we found too, or did we turn
You
that
do.
in?
No, you got that. Oh, well, that's available to you.
Longsword of Vengeance.
So yeah, I think I think Holdus was gonna take the axe if we still have it.
Okay.
I have a battle axe +1, so I can give him the battle axe, because I'm not doing that.
Might need to
Yeah, we
refresh
found
your...
a
You might need to refresh your character sheet, Bruno, but there is the Ruidium longsword added in there. Just have a quick click.
In my inventory?
Yeah, in your inventory, and have a quick look through it, because there's a couple of other things I never mentioned, but you would know when you're attuned on it.
Okay. Oh yeah, nice, thank you. I'll be reading this.
Okay.
yeah, if we still have the Rudium battle axe, I think Holdus could take that one.
Okay.
It's not a Viridian battle axe, it's a normal battle axe that we got way before.
Well, there's two
It's just
things.
a +1 battle axe.
There's a +1 battle axe, but there's also a great axe, actually, I think it was.
Yeah, there's a Ruidium axe that we got off the giant jellyfish looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So if
I guess
Holdus
we
takes
still
the
have
axe, Edward can take the sword, and then I guess I'll take the ring, or does anybody else want the ring?
No, thanks. Caspian wouldn't really like the ring.
He would
Yeah,
like the ring?
But you also have the amulet, right?
Yeah, so I don't want it.
Oh, you don't want it. Okay, well, that makes more sense.
Yeah, this is a good one.
I'll say at this point that pneumonia has made her way inside the chateau.
Yeah, and the you also have the it's a great axe. You have a Ruidium great axe as well.
And I have a +1 battle axe with me that I'll probably give to Simon, to Holders, sorry.
Yep.
Or anyone else that wants it, for that matter.
The priest points out the obvious. Well, as I said, you either need to have some type of Ruidium poisoning or a Ruidium weapon in your presence. We know what you have on you, Caspian. You will be fine. Amber, what are you going to do?
Thalanel.
Thalanel. Amber is somewhere else in the multiverse, very similar to this multiverse, but Thalanel, what would, how are you going to cope with it?
Well, Kemek has told us that the infection is extremely bad, so I'd prefer not to go with that. So I'll go with one of the items, maybe?
Which one would you like?
Well, I'm not very strong, as you can tell, so I guess I'll take the ring? Unless you have, like, a rapier or something?
And then we have a ring and the longsword. Okay, so if you take the ring...
I'll take the ring, because I don't think longswords are finesse.
Okay. So go into D&D Beyond and look up Ring of Red Fury and add that to inventory. And there's some other bits and pieces, but I'll let you deal with that how you will as you attune to the item. And what about you, our Furbolg friend? How will you be dealing with this corruption of the ruidium? There's no chance of you going into the Netherdeep without either A, an item, or B, being infected.
Do I simply need to have the item on me?
Yes.
Then I'll take the sword.
Edward took the sword, I believe. It's a great axe.
Then who is left? Who is left if I take the great axe? Is it Holdus? Doesn't have anything?
Holdus would have the battle axe +1. And I'm going to say Holdus chooses to purposely be infected with ruidium poisoning, so that's going to be his choice.
So if I take this axe, is
Yep.
everyone accounted for?
Pneumonia walked in. I'm not sure if that adds anything to the
Yeah.
array.
Yeah.
Chemic also doesn't have anything.
Yeah.
Well, before I kind of, make my decision, I guess I would turn to Kemek at the very least and say, regardless of what I choose, we don't have enough for all of us. Are there other items for us to use, or are we deciding now at this point who will willingly become infected?
We have no more items, I'm afraid. Just the ring and the sword.
Is this one of those situations that we have to embrace darkness in order to beat darkness? Oh, geez. How long? Kamek would know this. Sorry, Bog.
No,
Yeah,
please.
I think Kamek would know. Out of character, she would know probably how long it takes for a person to start feeling confused. So how long is that?
Well, I was just typing a whisper to you, Kemek, which kind of relates to it.
Mm.
Um, uh,
Yeah.
I mean, the person that I mentioned has suffered for months, but it got gradually worse. It started not too bad, but then just progressed to, you're not even basically sure if your mother's alive at this point.
Yeah. Bog and everyone else, you've seen some creatures, how they look, how they act under the effect of this, and I have seen my mom. And the suffering is not something you wish to do. It's not something I would want for myself. I would say we use this as a very last resort. Honestly, I wouldn't want you, my friends, to go through what I've seen.
And with your mother, it started as a simple rash on her body. It was just, a rash, whatever. Over the course of 20 days, it got worse.
Yeah. I also say this so with my mom, which I hope she's alive still, but it was within days. Her health started deteriorating very, very fast. And I don't know, I don't want you guys to go through this.
I mean, you mentioned the words last resort. I think, in some really real sense, this is the last resort. As I said, there is no way you're getting down to the Netherdeep unless infected or have a weapon or have the item that Caspian has.
And do we know how to remove ruidium poison infection?
That we do not.
That's the reason of my existence at the moment, my friend.
Does the person we're talking to, do they know about our personal mission with Elixion, or have we still kept that to ourselves?
I think you've kept that to yourself. They hired you to first explore Calamaro and then deeper down into the Netherdeep. So they don't really know about Elixion. They just know they're very interested in knowing what's in the Netherdeep.
Look, I understand this here might be dangerous, but where we're going is certainly dangerous as well, and we need any advantage we can get. If getting corrupted by it is a price we pay to succeed in ending all of it and finding a cure for it for your mum and for ourselves, then it's a risk I'm willing to take.
Well, I guess I've stuck around long enough knowing that I might die anyway. I guess it's just a little harder to confront it, but at least we'll have some more skin in the game. And maybe what we do will help us find a way to get rid of this. So
I mean,
I guess
we do have some, shall we say, reserves of ruidium which you can get infected with whenever you want. Now that is your choice, Bog. You can do that in the morning or just before you go, right now, or when you enter the Netherdeep. Choice is yours.
If you prefer Chemic, if you don't want to be infected, did you want to take this ring instead?
Guys, it's just I'm just sorry if I sound selfish, but I just don't want to lose someone else. I don't want to lose another person. But okay, I need to find the logical side in this, and the truth is that we need to get to the end. We need to find the source. We need to crack this. So if one of us is going to get infected, then I am willing to. I will jump on this journey with you guys. And please, Mother, forgive me.
So Kamek, myself, and Holdus. Is that right?
Well, you were
Choosing.
taking the longsword. You were taking the axe, weren't you?
I have a great axe.
There is still a ruidium longsword that is unaccounted for.
Yeah.
Would said person have to use that item?
That person would have to spend some time with the item and become attuned to it.
Oh, okay.
Kamek,
By the way, I have a question. Who the bloody hell are you?
Oh, my name's Pneumonia. I was told by some of these people here to meet up with him.
You know this person?
They helped fund our friend Daku's funeral, who recently passed away.
Yes, the costs have all been taken care of, and they're making preparations as we speak.
And tell me, are you joining these people to go into the Netherdeep?
I don't know what that is, but I'm down.
Well, you'll need to.
Kamek looks at Pneumonia. Do you know what that means?
I know it's got to involve something with nether, and something very deep.
It's dangerous.
Danger's my middle name, honey. She's lying.
Pneumonia,
Kemet,
danger, sparks.
Danger Sparks. It sounds pretty cool.
Bog, you wanted to say something?
No, not at all. I do apologize for interrupting.
Oh, no, sorry. I'm turning to Bog. Sorry.
Oh,
Asking, you wanted to say something? She's answering
Yeah.
for Bog.
I think it would be a cruel irony if you became infected too needlessly when we have the sword. So why don't you at least take the sword, keep it on your person, attune to it, and the rest of us can undergo the ruidium.
I can keep it and use it as a last resort. I promised my mom I would do whatever it takes to find a cure. And if this is part of that, I am prepared.
Well, I don't think you'll need to. Well, just take the sword, and you don't even need to use it. It just sounds like if you have a connection with it and it's yours as we enter, you'll be okay. Is that right? As I turn to the person.
That is right.
Then take
Okay.
the sword, and the rest of us will be that much more motivated to find a solution.
Sounds good.
Okay. So at some point during the day or the night, you attune to the Rubidium longsword. And if you look on your sheet, Kemek, you might need to refresh it. You have a Rubidium longsword there. And I'll let you to read that at your leisure. All right. So my final question is then, the rest of you, would you like to be infected now or just before you go?
Just before, for me.
Okay. So, long rest, successful. The morning comes. Those who are attuned to Rubidium items spend the time learning truly what they can do. And morning comes. Don't imagine maybe it was a slightly restless sleep for you as you contemplate the death of Daku. You have this new ally, very positive, lively young Baya Janasi.
She is sitting outside of the chateau, doing a séance with a poor squirrel that she happened to have wandering by.
Okay. I know what that is, and yes, that's cool. Then unless somebody has anything to do, we can progress to the entrance of the Netherdeep down in Calamaro.
Just checking. The party's cool with pneumonia joining it, right?
I am.
Like overall, yeah. I don't think we've talked about that yet in game, have we?
No, I thought we were gonna. I thought we were gonna talk about that after you guys were done talking. I wasn't expecting a long rest.
Well, if she meets us there in the morning, I'm sure we can cover that here
Okay.
shortly.
Oh, now
The
that
only
Yeah, we'll
we've
say
thing.
that. I'll say that she comes inside after she's done with her little morning ritual.
Okay. And the only thing Kamek would do throughout the night is approaching everyone, asking if they're okay. Like I approach Edward. I ask if he's okay. I know he's AFK right now. Maybe he cannot answer.
Sorry, what was that?
Kamek approaches you and asks, "Are you okay, Edward?"
Yeah, I'm nearly falling asleep. Do you need my help?
No, just wanted to make sure you were alright. Also, feel a bit lonely, but I know we're gonna be okay.
It's all fine. We're still together. All we need is a bit of rest.
Yeah. Thanks, Edward. And she does the same with the rest of the party. She just wants to make sure that everyone is cool, and he helps us get it helps her get distracted from the loss and the grief.
And Edward goes back to his bed to sleep himself to sleep, cry himself to sleep.
Okay. So if you want to talk about this stranger pneumonia, which of course players know is not a stranger and be kind of annoying if we said, no, we don't want this, and that's the end of Joe's participation in the campaign.
Nah, we don't want this person joining us.
Sorry, Joe. you're in the next campaign.
Yep,
Kidding, of
been fun.
course.
We'll just make a remark as we kind of go to bed that, you know, we've always been accepting of others, and seems like we might have another straggler on with us here in that pneumonia lady. So I guess we'll see if she sticks around.
I will say right before you guys go to sleep, you do hear her playing her viol outside, playing a small, sad but beautiful tune.
Nice.
Also, I think Roll20 just had a bit of a hiccup there.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of players kind of dropped out. It was weird. But they're popping back in now. That's everybody, I think.
Yeah, I'm well, I already messaged you about what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
I put in chat what I be doing when we wake up from our long rest.
Oh, okay. Who are you aiding?
I'm going to be doing 2 spell slots, so that should be everybody.
And what hit points do they get?
So aid will give everybody +5 to their max HP, and then the words of encouragement for 10 minutes, you get 10 temp HP.
Nice. So take a note of that. Those who voluntarily choose to get infected with ruidium, I will say that happens just before you go, and as a result, please take a point of exhaustion.
Are you saying like just before we go? Is that what you said?
Yep. So in the morning, you said just before you're about to go in the Netherdeep, that's the point at which you chose. I think it was bog, pneumonia as well. I think. Was that
Yeah,
it?
is there a place on roll? Is there a place on D&D Beyond to mark exhaustion?
Yep.
Yeah, it's under conditions.
Okay, thank you.
Off to the Netherdeep. Off to the Netherdeep.
I think so.
Okay, so you head back down into Calmaroe. You briefly talk to the Professor Insight, and then you find yourself zoom. I'll give you a description of what you see. We'll just do this theater of the mind. So everybody's swimming and breathing close to Caspian, and amid the ruins of the sunken palace is a gaping rift that pulsates with a sickly light. Black energy swirling with oily colors shimmers and hisses inside the opening of the rift. Glowing spines of iridium sprout from the edges, forming a jagged, partially intact dome around the space. This, it seems, is the rift to the Netherdeep.
Caspian will swim up to it.
Okay. You swim up to it, Caspian, and you kind of look through it. You can barely see like water on the other side of it. You know that wherever this planar rift leads, it's a place of water as well.
Well, guys, I guess this is it. Are we ready?
Ready as we'll ever be.
Yes. Let's do this.
Ready for what now?
Oh, quite the adventure. Stick
I
close
think
if you're.
I think in the meantime, when we're walking down, we've given you a brief summary of what sort of is about to happen, what we're expecting, what we're doing.
Who would have thought that Darth Vader was Luke's father?
What?
Everyone who spoke German or
Spoilers!
Dutch. So if
Okay.
you're Dutch, it's not much of a secret.
So out of character, the last time we were here, do we know where we're heading? Don't remember much of the map.
Let me just sorting out one thing for pneumonia that I forgot to do. So where are you heading? Tell you what I'll do. As you're in here, in the Calmaro, let me just see where you've explored. Yes, what I'm going to do, I'm going to press the controversial button and show you the entire map of Calmaro. All is revealed!
What? Take a screenshot.
Someone send me the screenshot. I'm not at my computer.
So you've explored most areas, which is where I revealed
My
it.
snake is still here.
Your snake is still there. You didn't explore over here very much. The only thing you missed.
Looks like we missed this area too. There's some people in here.
Well, I would have.
Yeah.
I mean, I dipped out early, unceremoniously 2 weeks ago. I would have told you guys that I heard a bunch of strange creatures in that tower. At the very least, because I swam by and I heard Malcolm explained it like a sermon, like chanting, and I didn't want to get too close, and then I was ambushed when I came running back. So, if those aboleths are dead, then I would still mention that there's still at least some baddies over there that way.
I think going through the rifts is a higher priority than some weird stuff.
Yeah, we knew that, I would have told you guys too, like I saw more ruidium tendrils like this coming from this area, so I believe our
This area in the
prerogative.
middle.
Yeah, we would have seen that. Like, I went up and I saw like another source of it. So I don't think it's crazy to think that if we stayed away from the tower and the grass where those aboleths ambushed me, and we kind of stayed closer to the Temple of Corellon and tried to look for the entrance, I don't think it's crazy to think that we could find kind of these stairs leading up to the entrance.
Yeah. Not hard to find, especially with the red tendrils you saw, which these things here around the side of the rift to the Netherdeep.
Yeah, I think we could actually see the red tendrils when we walk through this tunnel here.
Yeah, we would have.
Okay.
Okay.
Which actually, this isn't a tunnel anymore, is it?
No, that's true. That collapsed, but yeah. Okay, so sounds
Hello?
like you're all diving into the Netherdeep. Pneumonia
Hello?
has dark vision, right? Can hear you, Amber.
Yes, she does.
Holdus.
I'm back.
Okay. Thalanor, you have dark vision as well, right?
Yep. 60 feet.
Actually 30 feet in the Netherdeep, but we'll get there in a second.
And I
Now-
would have ritual casted water breathing on everyone, by the way.
Okay, that is covered if you're within 30 feet of Caspian.
I still would have ritual casted it
Sure.
just to be safe.
Sure, good idea.
For us longer range people.
Kimmick, how are you
Those of
breathing
us
under
with the
that?
items, yeah, those of us with the items too already can breathe as well.
That's true.
Not everyone.
I've got dark vision 60 feet.
Oh, you do. Oh, you have dark vision 30 feet, but sure.
60 feet.
Yeah, 30 feet in the Netherdeep, though. It's halved.
Ah, okay. Damn
Uh,
it.
Should have said 120 feet of dark vision.
Okay, so you can see. Bog, what are you doing for light?
Would I have known beforehand that this would have been an issue, needing light?
I'd say yes. Yep.
Okay, then I probably would. I would have prepared dark vision then, and I would have cast it on myself.
Okay, so dark vision on
Caspian
yourself.
can also just cast light for you.
Okay.
I also have what they called. If we're talking about dark vision, I have some goggles that give me vision.
Okay.
And this time I won't even complain.
Okay, Edward. You have night vision. Once again, it's only 30 feet. It's halved.
Can't find them.
Daku. Oh, sorry. Too
Oh,
soon.
goggles of night. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, goggles.
And Caspian. Light.
I've got 60 feet dark vision.
Oh, you do inherently. Okay. So that is good. So no one's actually using an actual light source then, right? No actual light.
No?
Okay, useful. Okay. So, one by one, you all move from Kalmaro through this rift. It's like Caspian was leading the way using, oh, he's got the Jewel of the Three Prayers if nothing else. And you're immediately plunged into very, very deep water. You can just sense this. You just look up and there's hundreds of feet of water above you. But then you enter this cavern. And you know that without the protection of the iridium or anything like that, you'll be literally crushed by this water pressure. And you'll take your bearings and you look around and where is it? Hiding from me. Yeah. And so you're floating. Put you in the map. There, now that we have lights sorted out, let me know if you can't see, but you should all have dark vision now at the moment. And you're floating in a 10 feet above the floor of a cavernous pit, the rift at your back. Two enormous statues have settled into the seafloor at awkward angles. Each statue is missing its head, and one of the statue has an outstretched arm that looks like it might want to grab something that gets too close to it. Covering the statues and clinging to the crystalline tendrils that covering the statues and clinging to the walls are crystalline tendrils that shed dim eerie light. A 10-foot high tunnel at the floor level leads out of the sunken chamber, which has patches of grass growing everywhere. Now, just before anything, a couple of things I need to do. First, I'll show some very cool art. Yeah. So this is... I'll just change something slightly on this. This is the scene before you. You see that Goliath-looking guy in the art? He's coming through the Netherdeep, and that's what you see. And as you're just getting your bearings, looking around, not quite knowing what to do, let's start things off on the right
Roll
note.
for initiative.
Uh-oh.
Just like that.
Sorry, I wasn't here, wasn't listening. How did we get here through the crack
rift.
of the rift? Where was this rift? In Kermoro.
I'll bring you back to the map just briefly. You entered through this rift here. You should see the whole map now.
Which rift? Can you shift click it? Because the map is huge. I'm probably not looking at the right place. Oh, okay.
The big red thing in the center. That's the rift you entered. Then you went somewhere else. Who knows where else? Like planar speaking. Then you came out of this rift here. Okay. And we are missing Pneumonia's initiative roll. Did you roll in?
I rolled on the app. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, I'll add Pneumonia in there.
I also can't really see what's going on right now, so it might be a bit interesting.
That's all right. Okay. So, as you're quickly grabbing your bearings, you see some creatures kind of come out of the mist to investigate what's going on there. These are very pleasant-looking creatures. Nothing at all odd about them. I mean, that looks like quite cuddly. I'm sure you would agree. And a creature that looks like this. Equally cuddly. Like, what could those possibly do? And they kind of swim up, and as they approach, you all move that guy up a little bit. Oh, thank you, Edward. Or move Edward down. So, you see these things obviously not look too friendly, and they're approaching you. What do you do, Kimmick?
I'm tempted to cast non-detection, but too late, I think. I will... So the creatures are approaching us, but they don't look menacing yet. Or are they about to attack us? How do they look like?
Make an insight check, I'll say.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
You're not sure. They're approaching you with their mouths open.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
With a maw full of teeth. So I'll let you decide what Kimmick would do in this instance.
I will cast momentary stasis on the big one, the bloodfin.
Okay, so what does he need to do?
Constitution saving throw?
Okay.
Yeah.
The Constitution saving throw? Oh, pretty good at these.
DC 15.
It's a dirty 20. You try and lock him in place and he just shakes free.
Okay. Yeah. As a bonus action, I will call for Spirit Shroud.
Okay. Is that
let me
casting 2-level
choose
spells?
third level.
What was momentary status? What was that status? Was that a spell?
No.
Oh, okay.
That is yeah. I don't remember when I got that. I think it was when I got to level 6. I think
Okay,
that's
sure.
something. Yeah.
As long as one of them costs a bonus action, you can do that.
Yeah. Yeah. So Spirit Shroud is bonus action. And I cast on my on self. Let me just display, just so everyone is on the same page. So any attack I make basically will deal some extra damage. When I hit a creature that's 10 feet from me, I can choose the sort of damage. So radiant, necrotic, or cold.
Sure.
I'll go for necrotic.
Okay.
Oh. And that's it. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Pneumonia. You in front of a computer yet?
Not a. I just got to my dog at the moment.
Okay. Well, you see 3 creatures coming up. Two of the slightly smaller with a mouthful of teeth. And the other one almost looks like a giant eel swimming in the water. Both of them look nasty. What would you like to do?
I guess right now. I guess I'll test the wisdom of one of these things.
Uh-huh.
She will how I'm sorry, but would she be able to play her viola underwater, or would I have to use a
Yes.
different?
No, you can. As long as you're within 30 feet of Caspian, I'll say. And you are within 30 feet of Caspian. So you can play your viola, absolutely.
Okay. She'll play a little bit of a she'll play a riff from that a Joker would play for a king as she casts or attempts to cast Tasha's hideous laughter at her at one of the eels.
Okay, so that's a what save?
Wisdom save of 16.
Wisdom save of 16. They're not as wise as that, but it rolls a dirty 16. So Natasha's hideous laughter doesn't work, unfortunately.
That is unfortunate. But as a bonus action,
Yep.
who goes right after me?
Bog.
Bog. As a bonus action, I'm going to play and they have Bardic Inspiration.
Okay, cool.
Healing or damage ability. Their next dealing or damage ability gets a D6 added to the damage or the healing.
Okay, nice. Okay, now those of you who can see the screen, you'll see there's a radius around Caspian. For those of you who are merely infected with the ruidium, who are just infected with the ruidium but no other items on you, as long as you're moving within this radius around Caspian, you'll have normal movement and you can take your actions as normal. So Bog, Bog, it is your turn. You're slightly out of it, but if you wanted to move 5 foot across to the west, you'd be fine. So Bog, what would you like to do? You're narrating. You are muted. We can't hear you.
Sorry, I'll say I will do just that, so I kind of get within this radius, but also get a better view. And as I see this big thing here, I'm going to cast Moonbeam directly on top of it.
Nice.
Where are we at? Moonbeam. I'll do that at 3rd level.
Okay. There's your moonbeam right on top of this. We'll just put it
thank
there
you.
off to the side. But yeah, your moonbeam.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's thumping down. It's right on top of him. It's just awkward when I stack tokens. Yes, and on its turn, it will make that con save.
Do I do what Joe just said about what do I get from that? Do I do anything on Moonbeam for rolling for damage? You said.
You get an additional d6 of damage.
Do I roll that now, Malcolm?
Sure. And it's almost its turn.
Okay.
In
Let
fact,
me just do it.
you're not going to kill it this turn, so we'll just get this con saves out the way.
I only got one anyway.
We'll pretend we do it at the start. It fails its con save, so it's going to take 16 radiant at the start of its turn. I'll just record that now. So your moonbeam doesn't technically happen yet, but it's about to happen. So the moonbeam comes down, you're concentrating on it, you spend the bardic inspiration dice to get some extra damage, and the creature just slithers around. It's not enjoying this moonbeam at all. Assuming that's your turn, Bog, we move to Caspian, the holder of the Jewel of Three Prayers.
The moonbeam was 19 damage because he upcast it.
Is that right, Bog? 19 damage?
No, it's 15 plus the 1 from Joe, so that's 16.
3d10 is correct for third level?
Above the 50, there's the 3.
Wait, what are you saying?
Oh no, never mind. Yeah, no, never mind. Sorry.
Okay.
I'll take it though.
I won't.
No, fair enough.
Caspian.
I will move to the side of this one, and from this position, all 3 fish are perfectly lined up for a lightning bolt.
Okay, let me make some rolls. It did line up nicely for you there. Let me make some dex rolls and we'll talk about what actually happens. Okay, so the big one fails dismally. The smaller ones... What's the DC?
And DC 16.
Oh, they all fail. Roll damage on that lightning bolt, Caspian.
Um,
23. So the lightning.
And
Yep.
wait a second. I am re-rolling the 3 1s and the 2.
Okay.
So that is 8 more, so 31.
31 damage. Okay, so your lightning bolt goes over. They don't really notice you there. They're focusing on other things. If nothing else, is moonbeam that's arrived. And this lightning bolt just tears through all 3 creatures who all just scream out in pain in this underwater environment. Okay, well done, Caspian. Lined up nicely for you. Is that your turn?
I think that's my turn.
Okay. And just out of character, just as a bit of an aside, these creatures, the smaller ones, are called Light Devourer. And they have this very nasty ability that if there's any light within them, they suck it up and then they spew it back out, doing a thing called Radiant Discharge. I did this with another group and they just got zapped and zapped and zapped and zapped again. Isn't that right, Amber?
Yeah, it hurt a lot. We nearly died.
Yep, but this is why I was so particular about your light and where you got it from. But everybody's under dark vision. These creatures are suddenly not quite as powerful. But this one right next to you, as you zap it up, it turns its mighty, multi-toothed mouth to you and tries to bite down on you. Causing a 24.
That hits.
Okay, so it just digs into you, and that's 16 points of piercing damage as these teeth just take a big chunk out of your arm. And then it takes another bite at you, Caspian. Rolling at 25 this time, doing 25 points of piercing damage. Well,
Jesus.
let's start. Okay, the slithering bloodfin kind of doesn't like this light
Did it
around
take
him.
its spirit shroud damage too?
Spirit Shroud. I'm not that familiar with Spirit Shroud. Any attacks you make.
Oh wait, no, never mind. It's her attacks.
Yeah, when she attacks, yeah. But it does take the moonbeam damage at the start of its turn. And it's going to turn. Well, it's going to get out of the moonbeam for once. It's going to slide over here, getting out of the moonbeam. It's probably tickling another 5-foot step, so it goes there. And it pops up next to Edward. And it opens up its well, it goes to swing its no, it's going to try and bite you first. Rolling a dirty 20, Edward.
Yes.
So take 10 points of damage, and the creature winds its body around you. So you kind of you are grappled, so your movement is 0. And then as it's got you right where it wants you, it takes its tail and swings its tail around at advantage. Yes. No. Oh, yes, at advantage. It's an 18. Does that hit?
Yes.
So another 13 points of bludgeoning damage as it hits you with its tail. And then as you're momentarily dazed, it opens up its massive maw. And so 18 hits.
Yep.
You see this creature wrapping kind of Edward up in the end of its tail. And then it brings its mighty maw over, bites him a couple of times, and then swallows Edward. Edward is inside of the belly.
Also, I think Kemet gets an opportunity attack if she wants to take it.
Yeah, Kemek, you can have an opportunity attack. I didn't see Kemek there, but absolutely.
Yes. I'll do magic missile. How far is this creature from me?
You can't do spells. You can just.
Yeah, you can't do spells
okay.
unless you have Forecaster.
Yep. It's got to be a melee attack.
The melee, I can use my
Spirit Shroud now.
claws. Yeah. The Spirit Shroud is whenever I attack, if the creature is within some feet from me, then they will attack with me. But I still need to attack. I think I'll try my claws.
Sure, just
You also have that new sword, I think, that you got, right?
Yeah, but she doesn't want to get infected. Not yet.
She's not proficient with swords.
Yeah.
As well.
So I'll try claws.
Just your plain old turtle claws, sure.
Yeah. Let's see. Ooh. Okay.
Just
plus
slides.
the Spirit Shroud.
That does extra damage, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, well, 11 misses. Just slides off the thick hide of the creature. So it's a miss.
Oh, yeah, it's an extra 1d8 when you hit it.
Yep. And you didn't hit
Makes
it, unfortunately, Kemek.
Next time.
Yeah, next time. So I mean, it's obviously not your forte. You can swing with your claws, but your claws just not sharp enough to get within this blood fin, and this picks up and swallows Edward. And Edward, at the start of your turn, you take this much necrotic damage as you're inside of this creature. What do you do, Edward?
Just updating my hit points.
Oh, that's a nice 46 roll. My goodness.
Yeah, I'm inside this beast, right?
Yep. And you're restrained and you're blinded.
As a bonus action, I don't like being there, so I swap position with Alexander.
Sure.
And you now see the tethers that control Alexander go through the body of this creature. And I'm gonna hack and slash him from inside as I spin Alexander inside. Does that give me any sort of advantage, or is it still a normal attack?
Actually, it's a disadvantage.
Why?
Because you're inside of a belly and there's not that much room to move around.
But I'm making the attack, right? I'm not grappled.
Isn't your
I can see
isn't
him.
your thing making the attack, and your creature would be restrained?
No, I'm doing the attack.
But your puppet is
That's-
inside making the attack. You said.
Movement of your puppet inside is not getting quite the right angles. You could just attack from the outside as yourself if you like. Actually,
yeah.
tell you what.
Yeah.
You attack yourself, but we'll flavor it as Alexandra is doing the attacks from inside. How's that? So just make normal attacks, and we'll say Alexandra is carving this thing up from the middle, because that's cool, and we'll apply the rule of cool. So in other words, attack normally, and we'll attack from the inside of the belly of the beast.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
6 won't hit.
No, 6 will not hit.
I'll do it again. Does a 22 hit?
22 does hit, yeah. And
That's 28 damage.
28 damage, yeah. You just watch the inside. Just this creature is just carving up. And actually, it's looking so bad that it actually spits out Alexandra, whatever this creature is, and it wants no part of it. So it spits outside Alexandra. And Alexandra is now on the outside, covered in gore and blood and innards. Nice. Very cool, Edward. I knew when I swallowed you that you'd get out quite easily, but still cool to swallow someone. Okay, assuming that's your turn, Thelanil, you are up.
Well, first of all, I want to move 5 feet just so I can get Chemic in my aura as well.
Yep.
And then I will try to non-lethally try to stab out at this creature with my rapier, trying to scare it off away from us.
Sure. Make an attack roll.
Come on, get out of here. We're not food for you.
Tell that to Edward. 24 hits, and you cut across with your rapier, doing the second attack. Both of those attack hits, and the creature is still holding on. It's looking very damaged, but wasn't quite enough to kill it or knock it out non-lethally. It's still there.
Yeah, basically trying to non-lethally attack it, so it kind of gets discouraged. Like, I don't want to take this. I'm gonna find an easier meal, type of thing.
Okay. Speaking of easier meals, this other light devourer swims up right next to Kimmick, opening it up. It's small, and it's going to try and bite you, Kimmick. Rolling a 26. I assume that hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, 18 points of damage at its mini-toothed mouth. Takes a chomp at it. It's more like slashing damage almost. Then, encouraged by the blood it sees coming out of you, it takes another bite. Rolling a 9 this time, so just the first one attacks and it gets overcovered with bloodlust to its detriment. But I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, Kimmick. DC
Okay.
10.
You get a +5 because you're in Thalanil's aura.
Ooh, Thelanil's aura saves you. Or allows you to continue to maintain concentration on your spell. So lucky you shuffled over there, Thelanil. Very cool. So the thing bites you, you almost lose concentration, but then you see your good buddy Thelanil and she saves you. It's all good. Okay, Kimmick, you are up.
Okay, I will attempt a magic missile.
Against?
I think against a creature that just attacked me.
Okay. This little guy here.
Yeah, this
Look at
little
how cute he
pretty.
is. Look at that.
Yeah, it's very cute.
Beautiful. Okay, roll me some damage.
So, I always struggle with this one. I noticed one of you gave me an easy formula for the magic missile the other day, but completely forgot it.
How many are you casting?
I'll cast on level 2. So, on level 2.
So type what I just typed there,
Oh.
but obviously without the quotes.
So, thank you so much.
That's right.
Oops.
14. Okay, so the 4 magic missiles just with an unerring accuracy and just thumps one into the other, and the creature is momentarily taken aback, and it just raises its more and goes. Not at all happy about this.
And plus 1d8 by the spirit.
Let me have a look at the exact description of the spirit
So
shroud.
when you make an attack, you haven't made an attack.
It does say any attack. I don't know if that counts magic missiles.
Well, this
That's why
when you hit a creature,
any attack you make.
I'm going to rule that as yes, you may roll an extra d8.
Okay. Thank you.
Another 6 points of damage. Okay, so your magic missile is hit with an unerring accuracy. And I think for like a spell like that, it does cost concentration, so I think it's fair that we balance it by saying, well, you get the extra damage. Okay, Pneumonia, are you back with us? Can you see the screen?
I will be home momentarily, but for the time being, no, I cannot see the screen.
What would you like to do?
So Pneumonia, upon seeing the, I guess, severity of the situation, she's going to put her viola away, and she's going to pull out instead a deck of tarot cards, to be exact.
Okay.
And as an action, she's going to randomly pull out she's randomly going to pull one card out and use it as or she's using that right now as a arcane focus.
Okay, sure.
She will pull out Temperance and cast Dissonant Whispers at 3rd level.
Okay.
I need a Wisdom save of 16.
Okay. Wisdom on the smaller one or the larger one?
The larger one.
Okay. So wisdom saving throw, it rolls a 2. I'm assuming that'll be a fail.
Alrighty, yes, that is a fail. And since this is at 3rd level, it will take a lot of ones. It will and I get a d6. It will take 18 points of psychic damage, and it must immediately use its reaction to move as far away from me as its speed allows.
Well, let's put it this way. First of all, I'd like you to draw your attention to this Dissonant Whisper little thingamajig I have. Isn't that cool?
Very nice.
Okay, and it listens to Thalanor telling it to go away, and it listens and tries to flee, but the Dissonant Whispers just takes it over, and it just floats away a lifeless body. Okay, so the Dissonant Whispers actually finished it off. It actually only had 1 hit point, but there we go.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Bog,
Gotcha.
what do you do?
Oh wait, I had a bonus action.
Sure.
As a bonus action, I am going to anybody who's nearby Pneumonia can see her hair start to rise, like as if it was being affected by static electricity. And I'm going to use my Tales from Beyond feature. I expend a Bardic Inspiration die, and I roll a d8 to make an effect on a target within range. I'm going to choose Thalanor. Roll the d8. Oh no!
That's a 1.
That's a 7. So I need you to make a wisdom save. I'm so sorry.
What are you doing?
I was trying to help.
Good thing I'm good at these, kind of.
Whoa. 31.
Wow.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. You get cheers and confetti
No.
from somewhere.
Okay, you are definitely good. You are definitely good. You take no damage. And
No.
just for RP purposes, you hear the voice of a very deep Goliath come out from Pneumonia's face as it tells the story of how it would trick and beguile this famous lord who was notorious for being a righteous king.
Neat. Okay, well, just to see how that spell plays out in the future. Bog, it is your turn.
Okay. I am going to I'm gonna wild shape into a giant constrictor snake. And then I'm going to kind of take the space, swim over here, and kind of vertically, I guess.
Uh-huh.
He's dead, right? This guy's dead.
Yep, yep.
The heal thing. Gonna kind of try and block this way.
Okay.
And I'm going to bite. Let's see how we do here. I'm gonna bite this thing.
Okay, the one right next to you, sure.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna try to at least.
Oh,
And
no.
I don't.
Okay.
I'm here at least, taking up some space.
Okay.
And that will be my turn for now.
Okay, the moonbeam stays where it is, of course. Caspian, being chewed on by this light devourer, what do you do?
I'm gonna cast Tasha's Mind Whip. So
Okay.
I want both of the fishies to make an intelligence saving throw DC 16.
Man, one rolls a 18 on the dice, which makes it a 14. He's not intelligent at all, so they both fail. So they both take 11 points of psychic damage. Okay, yep, they will definitely take that psychic damage. And
Um,
then it can do the action bonus action
then
thing.
I am.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm quickly checking something about the teleportation stuff with my. No. And then I am saying to Kamek, you want to back out of there? The fishy won't bite them. I'll take it as a yes.
Sorry.
And I'm gonna.
Yes, go for it. You want me to get out
I'm
of the
just
way? Is that
teleporting
it?
you 10 feet. Yeah, I'm teleporting you over there.
It's beside Bog?
Yeah,
Or
sure.
no, just behind me.
Okay.
It's just behind me and Bog.
So I'll move you there, Kamek. So you just teleport over there. Is that a jewel thing or a Caspian thing?
That's your jewel thing.
It's a jewel thing. Okay, so Caspian. Getting these things, most of them confused. And yeah, that's your turn. Kimmik, you know your abilities far better than Sarah does, so yes, you can. What would you like to do instead, Kimmik?
Thank you. Yeah, so because Spirit Shroud, I thought it would attack even if I did like a magic missile, but magic missile is not considered an attack.
Okay.
So first thing, I would kindly ask you to remove those 6 extra points of damage to the poor creature.
Okay.
Second thing is I will swap the spell if possible with something else. I think I've got in mind what I should do.
Which is?
I guess counterspell.
Like a counter spell will only work if things casting spells on you, and these things are not casting
Yeah.
spells, so counter spells not very useful in this situation.
Oh, I think she means swap it from her spell book.
Yeah.
So
That's
remove
what
it
I
from
mean.
the spell book.
Oh,
And
sure.
add it to the spell
Oh,
book.
I see. Yes, okay, yes. You can have counter spell in your armory as opposed to the spirit shroud.
Yeah, thank you so much, Malcolm.
Okay, so we'll just restore that and say you just cast magic missile on your turn, and that was it. And now, Caspian teleports your way. Boom. So they can move, action, or bonus action. Oh, that is annoying, Caspian. It is going to... It's going to swing up here, the other side of Bog. Let me just make sure it can move there. It just swims to the other side of the bog snake and just hovers, kind of shaking its head, getting ready. Okay, Edward, it's its turn.
I'm gonna move this guy here.
Yep.
And attack him twice.
Okay, roll to hit.
As I try my best to stay behind besides Caspian.
Okay.
Excuse me. Let's see.
Yeah, could have done that, Thelanor. My mistake. I should have done that. But them's the breaks. Okay, 14 attacking that creature. 14 does hit, and you carve into it with your Great Weapon Master, doing 32 points of damage.
Still up?
Yeah, still up. Yep.
I'm gonna go again.
The 33 points of damage. Yeah, you're just carving with it, getting the handle on this Ruidium Great Axe. And by the way, I will just point out now, Edward, you notice the downside? You probably read the downside of using this axe.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Alexandra does that, it will affect your rubidium poisoning.
Yep.
Okay, so just so we're clear about that. Okay, but you're carved through, obviously getting the handle of this rubidium great axe and doing huge amounts of damage. Okay, Thelanor, there's just the one creature left. What do you do?
How's everybody looking?
It's looking good except for Caspian, actually. Caspian's looking a bit wrecked. You should be able to see his hit point bar.
I have acid all over me as well. Whatever it was inside that beast. But Caspian got bit twice, I think.
He did.
Mm-hmm. It hurt.
Uh,
I'm almost bloodied. Almost.
so I think we're probably good for a little bit longer.
There's just one of these things, right?
Yep.
Still?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can swim over here.
Yep.
And I'm gonna try to scare it off with a couple of non-lethal sword attacks.
Okay. First non-lethal sword attack was, let's see if you hit. Good place to start. Oh dear. Yeah, the first one. The swing's horribly wide. The second one, though, does cut and does 3 piercing? That doesn't sound right. It was a d8 plus 2. Oh, no. 3 piercing damage. All add.
Yeah, that was a roll on. That was a 1 on the damage die.
Okay. That's your turn.
Come back down here.
Okay. Moving away doesn't. When does it
And then that'll be my turn.
when does it get its reaction back? Evan?
On the start of its next turn.
Start of its next turn.
I think. No, it has its reaction back. And it can't take a reaction until the end of its next turn. Its next turn has been.
So
Because it had its turn right after you.
okay, so the start of its next turn. So okay, so it doesn't get an attack of opportunity then. Okay, Thelanos.
Yes, it does.
Oh, it does. Okay. Okay, the light devourer is going to try and take a chomp at you, Thelanol, as you disengage. And let's see if all this matters. Oh, it rolls a 10 after all that. Not a natural one, but I'll give myself a fail. Okay, tries to take a chomp at you, Thelanol. Doesn't get away. This light devourer is dead. Back down to you. Back up to you, Kimmick.
All right. I guess, yeah, I can see the creature from here.
Yep.
So I'll try, and then throw some more magic missiles into the creature. Hopefully that will be it. Let me just open this again. All right, so I'll do on level 2 again. So let me just do that again. There we go.
So 16 points of damage as more magic missiles go and thump into the creature for 16 points of damage. Nice.
And I think that's it, yeah.
Okay. Pneumonia, what would you like to do?
Really quick, I would just like to point out that I used my Tales from Beyond incorrectly last round.
Okay.
I thought I had to choose a target before I rolled, but it turns out I could do it after.
Okay.
And I can't do another one until we take a short or long rest. I'm not sure if I'd be able to get any leeway with that mistake, but just letting you know for next time.
Okay, cool. I'll give you some leeway as you learn your new character. Obviously, you're familiar with Daku, but not so much this one for some reason. Okay, cool. So what's Pneumonia doing this round, though, regardless?
Regardless of that, this round she's gonna attempt to finish off the creature. She will cast Phantasmal Force at 2nd level. I need an Intelligence saving throw of 16. DC 16.
16. It rolls a 3.
It rolls a 3. Okay. So, in the image, or in the mind of this creature, is a illusion of a much bigger predator. Something equally as carnivorous and violent, but much bigger. And in this creature's mind, it sees this creature right in front of it, looking at it with hungry lips.
Okay.
I'm not too sure how this spell works, but each round of turn, your phantasm can deal 1d6 psychic damage to the target if the phantasm's area, or if the target is within 5 feet of the illusion.
Okay.
So I will deal 1d6 as the illusion is standing right in front of it. And since it failed its saving throw, it doesn't know it's an illusion just yet.
Okay, so D6 psychic damage. Here, what did you roll?
1.
1? Okay. So you see, I guess, Bog most of all, you see this thing starts chomping at something that it's not quite sure if it's there or not, but we'll get there. Pneumonia, that's your turn. Bog, see the creature confused beside you. What do you do? First, I, the mighty Bog, unmutes myself. There you go.
Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna try and do my constrict move
Sure.
on him. Try is the operative word here. Let us see. So I really am just gonna stay where I'm at and
Not good enough, unfortunately. This thing is...
flail around.
Yep, flailing around doesn't hit, unfortunately.
Goodness. Okay, well, there I am. That's my turn.
Okay, cool. Caspian.
Caspian will use Mind Sliver, so it needs to make an intelligence save.
Guys have found its weakness. Oh, rolls a very fantastic 19 on the dice, which gives it 15. That'll be 9 points of psychic damage. Okay, nice. And is there anything else on top of that?
No, not
Okay,
for now.
the
Just
standard
gonna
sort of.
stay where I am.
Okay. So, with Phantasmal Force, okay. Okay, so it's going to start chomping at it and try to work out what this thing is, the Phantasmal Force. And it chomps at it, and it continues to chomp at it. It hasn't yet realized it's an illusion, so just attacking something that's...
I believe on its turn, it can try to make an intelligence check or save of 16 to discern that it is an illusion.
Yeah, I was kind of flavoring it. It did make an intelligence save. It was 5. So...
Oh, okay.
Still attacking it, but not getting anywhere, obviously. Edward.
Is the creature like confused and bloodied?
It's bloodied and it's biting at something that isn't there.
All right. Well, then I'll pack my sword. Impressed with the punch that he can pack. And I think I'll let the bogs stay away from it because I'm a bit injured.
Okay.
Just gonna move this here in front of Thalanil.
Sure.
Do I get advantage if I attack him?
No.
Okay. Gonna attack him.
Great weapon master again. Oh, just a great sword. Normal attack. Okay.
If he's bloodied.
You're not using your Widium thingamajig?
No, because he's dead, right?
Okay, 14 hits, and you carve into it again for another 13 points of damage. It is still biting at things that aren't there. And you carve
so
into it,
dead.
Edward, but it's not dead.
Oh wow, I thought when you said he was bloodied, I thought he was nearly dead. Oh right.
Oh, he was bloodied, yeah.
Bloodied means half health.
Yep. Okay, Delanil.
Below half health.
She'll sheathe her sword and come up beside this fish here and just kind of non-lethally swiping it. It's like, come on, run along. You don't need to be here either. These people are far too powerful to be a meal for you. Go find something easier. So, unarmed attack.
Yep, just punches on its hide and doesn't penetrate. Yep, that's a miss.
You do 0 damage.
Oh, it's always at least 1.
I do 0 damage.
Well, in this case, you do. If you would hit, though, you would have done 1 damage. You can punch again if you like.
Ooh, I can't, because I do have multi-attack.
That does hit, and the creature takes 1 point of damage.
Come on. Move along.
Well, we'll see if it move along. We'll see if it gets a chance. Okay. Valinor, the mighty paladin, punches the fish. Okay, Kimmick.
And then I'll just kind of move down so it kind of has another path that it can move away if it wants to.
Okay.
All right, so this thing is turning out to be a bit naughty. I will move a bit, just over there. So this creature is now looking very damaged, isn't it?
Oh, it is. Yep.
I'll try magic missile level 1. So first
Okay.
level
3d4
1d4, 3d4.
plus 3.
Plus 3.
Yeah. Okay.
They go and thump into it, and Kimmick.
How do you want to do this?
This is for Daku, and she throws the magic missile towards the creature.
Nice. And it just gets torn apart by these magic missiles, and 3 distinct chunks of this fish start floating away. And before you have a moment to assess what's happening, your mind goes somewhere else. And where is it? Chart here. It's all gone wrong. Here we go. So your mind goes, all of you, you see a mother in labor. Just a common mother wearing commoner clothes in her own home, and there's a midwife there helping her. And a child is born. And eerily silent, the midwife refuses to hold this child. And she says, "Look, even he knows." She rasps to the mother as the mother clutches the baby trembling. His little soul prepares for the dread omens that will haunt him for the rest of his life. And this very brief vision fades. Now, what I'm going to do, is if you have a look in Discord, give me just a second. Come on, Discord, there we go. You'll see a link to a Google document there. And as a very minor spoiler, you'll be getting other visions throughout this this area. And I'll just keep adding them to that Google Doc. So, just a tool of convenience, shall we say. So, yeah, that's what you see as this last...
We all see it?
Can you all see
We
the
all
Google
see it,
Doc?
Malcolm? Sorry,
I can
no.
see it.
We all see the vision?
Oh, you all see the vision. Yes, you all see the vision, more or less at the same
Yeah,
time.
all of us in our head.
Yep. And so it only takes about as long as this midwife to say unhelpful things about this child. And the vision fades. You are where you are.
Pneumonia will be the first one to say something. Oh man, that poor mother. The love for a newborn versus the omens of the world.
Absolutely. That uncaring midwife. To show so much uncare for a newborn.
Did the baby had any traits of Elixion? Like skin color?
Same
Or
skin
the
color.
mum?
Alexei himself is like a pale brown. The baby was pale brown, as was the mother. As far as looking like Alexei, the baby looks exactly like Winston Churchill, as every other baby
Yeah.
does.
Exactly, yeah.
With a cigar.
Yeah, little baby with a cigar. Yeah, absolutely.
We must be close.
Well, he certainly. Oh, I'm not. The snake can't speak. Never mind.
Yes.
Or whatever.
What were those things? I've seen ugly things, but those fish... It was disgusting. It's just as disgusting inside as they are from the outside.
Is that cure light wounds, Selenor?
No, I was distributing some lay on hands.
Ah, some lay on hands. Okay, so there we go.
Thank you. Well, whatever's in here, we're certainly getting closer. I'm ready to carry on. Water is cold.
Let's go. Is there
Shall we
something
keep going?
around?
This.
Pneumonia's gonna.
Yep.
Sorry.
Now you go.
Pneumonia's gonna go next to giant snake bog, and with a big dopey grin on her face. Can
Okay.
I ride you?
Caspian
Um,
will make telepathic bond with Bog, so if he wants, he can speak through me.
Okay, so
Oh,
just
that's
speak
smart.
normally, Bog.
The snake will just kind of nod its head up and down. Bog tries to like shrug, but like half his body just coils up, and he's like, "Oh, okay." So then he just like nods his head.
Pneumonia hops on the back of Bog. This might be the greatest day of my life.
Okay, so Alexandra and Thelano, you start swimming northwards. Oh, we'll say north. Direction's a little bit odd underwater in a place like this. But putting it means you're going north. A lot of kelp you can see up here.
What's this? Red seaweed or
That's tendrils
is
of
it ruidium?
ruidium. The ruidium gives off a very pale red light as well. And you can it's on
Well,
the floor of this cavern. It's very easy to avoid it with you're all effectively swimming at the moment.
if I will swim inside the next room,
Uh-huh.
have a look around, and just have Alexander approach the ruidium, see if there's anything underneath the soil or hidden behind any algae or something like that.
Oh, I make a perception check. And something will happen as Caspian enters that chamber. So let's get this perception check out the way.
It's not
Yeah,
best.
sorry, I was taking care of something on the stream real quick.
Ooh. That's a 0.
This is 0. Yeah, don't find anything. Caspian.
It's the goggles.
We really are like Critical Role.
As you enter this room, Caspian, and everybody will see this as well, but as Caspian enters, the water shimmers. And all of a sudden you're transferred out of this undersea gloom. And you appear what looks like a child's room. Simple comforts are scattered around the room's perimeter. A teddy bear overgrown with ruidium, a cradle lined with ruidium spikes, and a rocking horse with tendrils of ruidium crawling up one of its sides. And simple toys are scattered across the floor, with more of them on small wooden shelves. All of them are laced with ruidium. Sunlight shines through two small high windows, and you hear muffled sighs coming from outside and an occasional thud. And This is what the room looks like, and I must say I love this piece of art.
Ooh,
Ooh.
that's very cool.
Ooh.
Ooh, freaky.
Okay, you remember the elephant, guys?
No, I've never met an elephant, Bella.
So we're transported here. We're still there, right?
You look. This looks like you're in a child's room. No water. You're just in a child's room.
Uh, hello? I say. I see everybody else here.
Yep.
I shout, hello? Is there anybody there?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's your friends. You see your friends, and they appear to be all acting fairly normally, as normal as you guys ever act.
I
Bog is
approach the
there.
teddy.
Bog is still a snake. Yeah, you're in this
With
child's room
pneumonia on top.
with pneumonia on
Guys,
top.
this is weird.
Is that baby that we saw earlier still here?
Oh, you have a quick look in the crib. There's nothing in the crib. It's an empty crib.
I'm going to grab the teddy.
Sure. Yep, you have a teddy bear. Are you avoiding the ruidium on the teddy bear?
I will avoid touching it, but I will try and inspect the teddy to see if there's any name tag on it, like Woody on Toy Story, or
Okay,
something like that.
I'll say investigation check.
Oh damn! I rolled a 1, now a 2.
Nothing. No marks, no tags. Looks like it's a handmade thing, and handmade things don't tend to have tags as opposed to factory
I'll
produced
give.
things.
Sorry, I'll give the teddy to Caspian. We got sent here once you walked inside the room. Does the teddy react to you? I'll give it to him.
I'm carefully accepting it with gloves on.
Sure.
Um, does it react to me?
No, not noticeably so. I mean, it's just a teddy bear.
You said there were windows in the room, right?
Yeah, there's windows over on the side. The windows are 7 foot high. They're quite high set windows. So I'm not sure how Caspian is, but without some type of boost or something, you would be able to see outside.
Is there a chair I could stand on top of, or table I could scoot in front of it?
Sure, I'll say there's a table, and you go and look out through the door and peer up, and you see. Oh, first of all, outside they're on a farm. You've seen to appeared in a farmhouse, and outside there's the fields, and the fields have a distinct red glow to them. That's kind of odd. Almost looks like the whole entire fields have been infected by ruidium. But that's not the first thing that grabs your attention. The first thing that grabs your attention is, first of all, I made you far too small. Is you see um 6 of what appear to be soldiers in some sort of armor, and they've got these massive, great battle axes, and there's 6 of them all together, and they're all just laying into these simple farm people. There's a female and a male, and they're screaming things like, "Monsters birth monsters! You have brought this ruin upon us! No good ever comes from sheltering a child of Ruinius!" And they're just beating the crap out of these people. What do you do?
I'm trying to smash through the window
Okay.
to attract attention.
Okay.
Is Caspian the only person that saw this?
Yeah, because it's outside a fairly tall window, so he's peering out through the window. So you don't see
Okay.
it.
I'm probably just gonna try to smash through it and instantly firebolt one of those attackers and say to the rest, "They're his parents outside. They're being attacked."
Roll for initiative.
Oh gosh.
Oh, already again.
No.
And a 4. 1, 2, and a 4. I'm doing the Fibonacci sequence.
Haha. Aha. I just like saying haha because I know what that is. That's a very cool sequence.
Ooh, another 20.
Okay, since Caspian, you're the one who thought it was a good idea to have a look. Want to let Caspian have a round, and then we'll proceed as per initiative order. So Caspian, there's not really a window, but there's shutters, and you swing the shutters open. And what would you like to do?
Um, yeah, Caspian said he was just gonna do a firebolt, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, who are you targeting?
I think this one closest by, safe
Okay.
shot.
So from the top, on your tippy toes, you cast the firebolt. It's a little bit awkward. They got a bonus to their AC because of the angle you're shooting it at, but 19 is more than enough, and the firebolt explodes on top of the creature. So, oi! Somebody's in the
Firebolt,
farmhouse! Go
firebolt.
get them! They must be sheltering these people. Okay. And as the firebolt goes off, you hear everybody hears the voice of Elixion once more in his head. And other times you've seen him, he's spoken with confidence, but this one his voice is almost trembling and fearful. And he says, "You found me, my friends. Oh, witness my earliest memory, the pain of a child born under the ill-fated sign of Ruidius. We were turned on by friends and kinfolks as war raged around us. Many people suffered by my presence, my parents most of all. My story begins with them, and their story dies with me." That's what you hear. And the fireball erupts, and then one of the guys wailing into these people says, "Oi, you! Head into the farm building. Somebody's obviously in there." He says, "All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6," and he rushes up to the shadow. "Oh, there's a whole bunch of in there. Everybody on it!" But he rushes up. He doesn't get there in time to do an attack, though. Pneumonia, you're back, and you're back seeing the map. Pneumonia.
Yes, I am.
Okay, what would you like to do? Oh, I think Bog's a bit bigger.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm still on top of Bog or not, but
Yes. Yes, you are.
yeah, I guess I can't use my action to tell him to move. How much movement would it be to hop off of him?
I'll just say 5 feet.
Okay. I will plop off of him and move over here. Now I can only see the one in the doorway, correct?
Correct, because these windows, as I said, is 7 feet high, and Caspian is over there, is balancing on a chair, sitting his firebolts off. So you can only see the one that's just entered.
Okay. Well, they seem like they have that covered, and I see Caspian look out the window, so I will do that as well. I will see. I'm assuming the barbarians.
Unfortunately, Caspian has the only chair in the room. So unless you're like 7 foot tall, you can't see out the window.
Oh, I thought you meant the window was open 7 feet wide. My
They're
bad.
like high ceiling windows. Didn't explain that very well. You can't see unless you have a chair, and you don't have a chair. Unless you have another creative way to do it, let me know.
Nope, I'm gonna do something even better. I'm going to pull out my viola and start to play as I walk forward 10 feet next to Caspian, and I will use my music to give him guidance.
Guidance or bardic inspiration, is it?
Guidance.
Okay,
I have that
guidance.
as a cantrip.
Okay, guidance. You cast guidance on it. Use 4 to ability checks. Okay,
Yep, and
cool.
as a nope, that's the only bonus action I can do. Nobody's hurt yet.
Okay. Are you reporting what's happening outside, Caspian? Let's see why you wouldn't.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so with that information in hand, Thelanor, one of these guys walks in, dressed in armor. Looks like a soldier for sure. Oh, no, sorry, these are
I'm
not
gonna.
soldiers. These are just more like farm folk, commoners. They're definitely wielding big axes, though. Not soldiers, sorry. Thelanor.
So I'm gonna run through this door here.
Yep.
To over here.
Huh?
And then, hey, just calm down, relax, and leave those people alone over there. So I'm gonna take out. Where's my 20-foot circle? There it is.
Yep.
Gonna throw it down over there and put a calm emotions.
Ooh, okay, let me just check a couple of things. Okay, interesting.
So
okay, so
DC 16 charisma save.
okay, so let me do a DC 16 charisma save on all 5 of those folks. And was it charisma 16? Okay, 3 of them pass, 2 of them fail. So what do you Yep.
So the 2 that failed, they are indifferent towards the couple over here.
Okay, indifferent. So we'll mark it as these top 2 ones. They're indifferent. Okay. So they don't have feelings one way or another about these creatures. Okay, so Thelanor, nice move, calming these creatures down. Fortunately, the 2 ones that are wailing onto these poor folks, they're unheeding what you did.
Shoot, and this map is huge. Because I think that's still too far from me. I think it's 30 feet that I can. Yeah, it's only 30 feet.
Yeah, you already moved some, I think.
Yeah. So I moved 20 feet to get there. I was gonna starlight step another 30. Yeah, I'm gonna starlight step another 30. Over here.
It's still another 10 feet, I guess.
That's another 30.
But you move 20 feet to get there, then your starry steps, so you still have 10 foot less
Yeah.
than normal movement. Yeah.
20 feet to get to right there, and then 30 to get to where I'm at.
But don't you have another 10 feet left of movement?
Nope. Because I'm wearing heavy armor that I do not have the strength for.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Okay, so you bamf over there. This guy turns around. Look, you stay out of this. You don't understand. They've brought a curse upon their land, and they need to die. Monsters beget monsters. Yep.
And then as she comes out of the starlight step, she'll... It's like, no, that's not true. If you'll just relax, I'll have a pleasant conversation about this and talk it through. But that's going to be the rest of my turn.
Time for conversation is over. These monsters beget monsters. They need to die. Gimmick.
Right. Let me just read this. Okay. So how is the way? So if I want to look outside, there's a door here,
Yeah, this is
and
an
there's a door over
overhanging.
there.
No, these are windows that are 7 foot
Oh,
high,
okay.
so very hard to see out of. You see Caspian balancing on a chair to do it. This room, this is a little bit deceptive. This is just like an overhanging porch.
Okay.
So if you move
I
out
want
the
to have a
front
look
door,
outside.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to have a look. So hopefully,
Do you
I
brush
can
past
pass
the
this
guy?
way.
He
Yeah.
will take a swipe at you. Are you happy with that?
Yes.
He says, no, you're not under fear. People need to die. They're a curse. You're an outsider. Live it. It's your business. And he takes a swipe at you with his great axe. Woohoo! Rolling a natural 20. You take 20 points of
Ooh.
slashing damage.
Wow. It's fine. All right. But I still pass through, yeah?
Oh, yeah, you get there. He just takes a big chunk of turtle flesh off you on the way.
So these guys are being attacked. These two.
These two in particular, the one next to the female and the male, are concentrating their attacks on these two. You're not sure what the other three are doing.
How do they look?
Oh, they've already taken some hits. They look great.
Okay.
But
What
they're
I will
just
do is I'll
cowering
cast.
on the ground. They're not really offering any type of resistance.
Yeah. I'll cast Vortex Warp on the female,
Sure.
and I'll try to move inside into safety.
Okay. I'm saying she is utterly panicked. She doesn't know what's happening. She doesn't know you're an ally, so she's going to attempt to resist it. What's the spell DC?
It's Constitution saving throw, but doesn't say.
It's your spell
Oh,
attack
15.
modifier.
15.
Your spell save.
Yeah. So they have no modifiers on this. So I'm going to have you roll for this, Kimmick. Roll a d20, and if you get 15
Roll
or
low,
below,
Kimmick.
it'll work. Yeah, you would definitely want to roll low on this.
Dun, 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 dun. No!
Ah, perfect. Where would you like them, Kimmick? Where would you like her?
Okay, cool. I want them inside next to Bog.
Okay. So, yeah.
You'd be like back here in the. Oh, wait, no, that's on a Viridium spot. So yeah, down like here in this corner somewhere.
Preferably, yeah. Yeah, outside of Viridium.
Right there,
Nice.
Kimmick?
Yes.
Okay,
That's
so
perfect, yeah.
lady looks, no, what's going on? Ah! And she,
You're safe. Trust us.
make a persuasion check, Kimmick.
Come on, Kimmick. Oh, she's really feeling it.
No, my husband, I must save my husband. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know, you lead a horse to water, but can you make them drink? I don't think so. Technically, you can have an attack of opportunity if you like, Bog.
Yeah, you can try to grapple her to keep her there.
Bog? Is that something you'd like to
Bog?
try? You're talking, you're
Wait,
muted.
what exactly?
So Kimmick teleported the
Yeah.
female back there, and she screamed and said, "Oh no, my husband! My husband!" And she's attempting to dash back to her husband, obviously throwing herself into danger. If you like, you have an attack of opportunity. You could try and grapple her.
Yeah, try to grapple her and keep her from running away if you want.
Not use my constrict action, just simply grapple her, right?
Yeah, so this will be you can choose the
Yep.
strength, the snake's athletics or acrobatics. And she rolls. She has no modifiers. She rolls. Oh, look at that! It's 17. Oh, no, yours was a 17. So you just managed to grapple. Oh, that's Thelanor. Just managed to grapple her. She attempts to squirm away, but your snake coils around it. No, let me go! My husband, he's in grave danger, please! But you just hop onto her. And the husband, who acts on the same initiative, turns and is just cowering, trying their best to protect his head and his chest. And these guys are just boosh, boosh, laying him into it with the great axes. This guy, there's dangers inside. Let's go over there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it gets right up next to you, Kimmick. It dashes over to get there, turning its attention away from these people. As does this one. 1, 2. It does the same thing. Takes a dash action. It's right up next to you, Kimmick. But that will be its turn. And this person, where bloody hell did she go? Right, let's just take out the dad. Monster, beget, monster.
Nope, attack me.
What's that?
No, attack me is dead.
Attack me, what? I'm confused.
No, I was trying to get him to attack me instead.
Oh, no. No. Yeah, you can try, but...
Don't attack the dad.
Oh, no. They brought evil on this land. And by the way, the mother and the father are crystal clear. You see them perfectly in every detail. The creatures that are attacking kind of look fuzzy around the edges. Like as if they're kind of moving slightly left and right. They're kind of just a tad blurry. And this blurry one, this one here, he raises his battle axe and he says, right, let's do this properly. And he swings down with reckless abandon and brings down his great axe upon this creature and cuts deeply across his back. And the man says, ah! And you're not sure if he's dead or he's lost consciousness, but he is no longer moving. You're not sure.
I am going to use a reaction, though, saying that. Turning your blade on innocent civilians is unforgivable. By the light of Coralon, may your actions be punished. And I will need him to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Wisdom saving throw. These are flat. It rolls a 17. I think passes, doesn't it?
I think so. What is? Because I think it's my spell save.
Yep. And meets it.
Which is a 16.
Okay. Oh.
So whatever damage he just dealt to that man, he's going to take half of that as radiant damage.
On a failed save. Okay, so half each. Okay, so he's going to take that much. And I'll say with your actions, Thelanor, the man is severely injured, but he is still maintaining consciousness. Okay. All right. I'll get the witch! 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, so he gets over there. And he winds up and he swings his great axe recklessly and says, you don't understand. These people have brought a curse upon the land. It's best that they die so this doesn't happen again. And he swings his great axe recklessly and rolls a dirty 20. Is that it?
That hits.
Terrible damage roll. Only 4 points of slashing damage. Okay. Bog, the snake. Got this lady grappled with you. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna keep. I can't do anything. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep her here.
Okay. Just keep a lock on her. Cool.
Yeah.
I'll say, by the way, because you're a snake, you can slither out this window, no problem. That's the thing a snake does. But if you want to stay there, of course, that's fine. Do you stay there?
If anything, I'll just, because is there a guy trying to get in past Edward?
Yeah, he's already in, and he looks like he's about to take a swing at the shadow. He's in the house.
I'll just stay where I'm at.
Okay, cool. So a firm grip on the lady. And I tell you what, she's probably going to try and want to escape again. If I forget, remind me, you'll get advantage on the grappling check. We'll say you're just focusing on keeping her as safe as you possibly can. Okay, great. Edward.
You skipped someone's turn.
Did I?
skipped
Yeah, you
this
skipped
guy's
someone.
turn.
Who did I skip? Oh, that guy over there. Okay, yeah, he's going to wail on the lady.
He should definitely attack the witch. He should definitely attack this witch that just hurt his friend.
I'll tell you what. Since you're being so persistent about it, not that ever should sway a DM, can you make me a persuasion check, please? 20? You witch! You should not be here. You're meddling in things you don't understand. And he's going to take a reckless attack with his great axe at advantage, rolling a 16. To miss.
That's a miss. As she just kind of raises her shield up and blocks the hit as it comes down.
Momentarily taken back with the force of the blow, and you stand up, and now it's
Nobody
your
is
turn.
born a monster. Monsters are determined by your actions, not your birth.
These actions are brought about a cursed child. Don't understand. This is none of your business. Edward.
Did they recklessly attack?
Some of them did. But any ones with pluses on them, you'd have advantage to attack them. This
Okay,
one
I'm
hasn't
gonna-
attacked yet.
I'm gonna maneuver Alexander this way.
Okay, this person's already
There
had
is,
an
like,
attack
one-
of opportunity, so no reactions
Okay,
there. So you're
I'm
good.
gonna look at Caspian and Ammonia and guys. I hope you're fine. I think Thalanil needs my help. When I swap position with him. And then I will use all of my movement to move towards this person on... Is he on the floor?
He's prone. Yep, this guy's prone. He's on the floor. He's looking really rough, but he's still maintaining consciousness.
And as I shout, just leave them be! Do I get advantage if I attack this person then?
Yeah, you do. Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to do that.
It's like a barbarian reckless attack. He gets advantage, but then so do you.
Oh, I forgot the advantage. I'll
Okay, just roll again.
Nope, that's a 12.
12. Yep, there you swing, and this guy is...
And the second attack...
15. 15 does hit. Yeah, so you carve a big slash across his back as the guy's raising his axe to prepare to attack again, but you deflect the blow, and he takes the damage.
Yeah, I'll action search.
Oh, okay, sure.
To make sure that I even the numbers here, and I'll do the same again. So the first attack.
20 hits, yep. And
35 points of damage.
falls to the ground dead. And in fact, he falls to the ground and dies, and then the body kind of dissipates into red dust, and not even a corpse
So,
there.
Out of character, because it seems like we're in a dream where the things Alexian remembers the most are well defined, but the other details are not so refined. Is that right?
Well, I'll let you draw your own conclusion, but the two male and the female, they're very well defined, and these things that attack them are kind of fuzzy around the edges.
Right, so unfortunately I don't have any more movement to attack anyone else. So I'm
Okay.
gonna just stay here and protect him.
So you cut out and carve down this creature that's looking to take out whoever these are. Caspian, peering out from the window, you see Edward going to town. What do you do?
And
Looks like they've got it.
let me just
Oh.
sorry. This is 40 feet. So Alexander unfortunately disappears.
Okay, cool. Caspian.
Caspian hops down and tells a joke. And hopefully, two of these guys will find it hilarious.
Okay.
So I'm gonna twin cast Hideous Laughter. So they both need to make a Wisdom DC 16 saving throw.
Okay, one of them succeeds, one of them fails as you cast this spell. You are concentrating on that. And so falls prone. So we'll say this one here falls prone and is finding it absolutely hilarious. We'll do that just to remind myself. So it falls down and just starts laughing and laughing and laughing. Okay, so one of them hit and one of them didn't.
Mm-hmm.
That's your round, Caspian?
And that's my turn.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Okay. This one sees you and says, all right, we recognize you. You don't understand. You're missing in things you don't understand. These are cursed people. Cursing the land. You, my friend, need to die. And he swings his great axe with reckless abandon. And rolls a 17, Caspian. Does that hit you? I muted Caspian. Does a 17 hit? I don't think it does.
No, that misses.
Yeah, so he just swings and you start dash to the side and takes out a bit of the floor of this wooden building. That's its turn. Pneumonia.
Alrighty. So, Pneumonia, first and foremost, is going to walk 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet out here.
Yep.
And see the state of the party at this particular moment. The two biochemic are asleep, correct?
Nope. This one here is laughing hysterically on the floor. Or this one on this side is laughing, and this one is just normal.
That one's normal?
Yeah.
Oh, I probably made a mistake, but oh well. That being said, actually,
I think the
no, I
yellow mark
didn't.
that you're wondering about is they're indifferent towards the two people.
Ah, yes, you're right. Yeah.
You're right. So, question: do attack rolls count as strength checks, or is that just?
Attack rolls count as
It
strength
depends on
checks.
what modifier they use.
Why do you ask?
Oh no, I'm like hypothetically speaking. If I was to cast enhance ability on someone, would they add their strength modifier? Or it says here they would have advantage on strength checks, and their carrying capacity is doubled.
Yeah, it wouldn't actually help their attacks. Like that's an ability check as opposed to an attack roll. So things like athletics would help.
That would help if they wanted to grapple something.
It would, yep.
Fair enough.
Not
How do
especially useful in combat.
How do Thalaniel and Edward look?
I'm perfectly
wait,
healthy.
actually, Kamek doesn't look good either. So bonus action, mass healing word at 4th level.
Oh, nice.
Or yeah, 4th level. You all regain 11 hit points. Or I'm not. 6 creatures of my choice. So if you need hit points, raise them by 11 or 15. Yeah, 15 because I'm using.
Yeah, it's 15.
Nice.
Is that for me as well?
Is that 30 feet from you? The 30 feet range? Oh, 60 feet. Oh, 60 feet. It's everybody easily.
Oh yeah, that's definitely everybody. Oh, I think you could also... You could probably get him and the woman too if you wanted to include them.
Guy on the floor.
So.
What are your 6 choices?
Well, the first 2 being Edward and Kamek. Okay. Caspian, did you take any?
Caspian looks like he's down a little bit.
Yeah, I was wondering if he took any.
Yeah. I could
Okay.
use some.
Okay, so that makes 3.
3. Yep.
I'm
Yep,
still at
the man
full.
and the woman,
That's 5.
and that'll be all that I heal. And then for my action,
Did you want to get the bog snake, or did bog snake not take damage?
I don't
Oh.
think he's taken damage.
Bug snake's fine.
Nope, I'm clear.
Okay, and then for my action, I am going to, even though I'm not that good with, I can't cast a cantrip, can I? As an
No.
action, because I already used the spell.
Yep. Yep. No, you can't.
I think it's a. Yeah.
You mean because you no, you can. You can cast a cantrip. That's true because mass healing word is a bonus action. So yep, you can cast a cantrip.
Awesome. I'm going to make a ball of fire with my skin and cast Produce Flame, throwing an orb of fire at the man in front of me for a 12.
12. Of course, technically that's at disadvantage because he's prone, but it just goes to the side of him because the 12 misses, which is kind of good because if we take damage while he's laughing, he gets another saving throw. So maybe Caspian
Wait, I
warned
thought
you
you
at
said he was fine.
this
The
guy.
one next to him is fine.
Well,
Oh,
This
that
guy is fine. This one's on the ground laughing.
Oh.
Yeah, I got them mixed. Man, thank God I missed.
Well, however you look at it, you missed, right? So net effects, you miss. Okay, cool.
Yep.
So
That'll,
casting.
I'm going to
Mhm.
move 5 feet here and then end my turn.
Okay, perfect. Okay, Thelanor, these people seemingly they're keeping a half eye on the husband. They say, "Lord, he's healing. These witches need to die." Thelanor.
I'm going to move around this guy in front of the man so they can have their opportunity attacks if they want it.
Okay, they will take advantage of that attack and attack twice. Rolling a 20 and a 22.
Ow! Both of those hit.
12 points of damage.
Each?
No, 12 total. One does 5, one does 7, so
Okay.
12 total.
And then first of all, for my bonus action, I will place Sanctuary on the man.
Oh, okay. So concentrate. No, it's not even concentration, is it? Nope.
It's not. Oh,
Okay.
so I'm still concentrating on the calm emotions, but the Sanctuary is not concentration.
Oh, in that case, why don't you roll me 2 Constitution saving throws? Because you were hit twice.
Oh, that's true. Oh, actually, I need 3 because I got hit before too.
Okay, 3 of them. All DC 10.
That's for the last turn.
That's good. That's
and
good.
then the 2 just now.
Okay, great.
Damn, a +8.
So what are you looking at? A 1 will fail for a normal sized attack. Okay, Thelanor. So you cast Sanctuary. That's an action, I think. And
That's a.
think
Yeah, no, that's a bonus action.
okay, so this guy is sanctuaried up.
You're wrong. Nobody is born into this world as a monster. Monsters are determined by our actions. It is not determined by who we are or what the circumstances of our birth. Leave these people alone and leave.
Okay. There.
Persuasion check, I guess.
I mean,
You can certainly try.
Unfortunately, I had to use my channel divinity.
It sounded like intimidation, to be honest.
yeah,
That's true. Should I roll intimidation instead?
Well, you rolled a 5, so you can add your intimidation bonus if it's higher, but I don't.
Intimidation would be a +5, so that'd be
10
yeah, so that'd be a 10.
fails, 13 fails. You don't understand, outsider. These people are a curse upon the land. They must die. Then all of a sudden, you see another vision of Alexian and says, "Everybody, just stop. Nobody move for 196 hours, as the god is telling me he needs to pick up his children." So, fortunately, we need to end it
Put
there,
this on my
guys. Children are waiting.
Netflix
But let's
content.
make a note here. It's Kimmick's turn when we get back. Okay, but as you know, I need to
Gotcha.
dash, children and all that, and I will see you guys next week.
See you next week.
See you.
Okay,
See
take
you.
care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.